Hello and good evening from Campbell Field. Hounds back at home. Second round playoff action, on the line, hosting district rival, the Lincoln County Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. We're counting you down to kickoff. We're about 8 minutes until these teams tee it up here on the gridiron to go on to play for a region championship. Of course, this is now the district title game.
That's right.
Tonight on the line as well.
That's right. And just want to say hello again, high top the T107 Red Hound radio booth. And like Ronnie said, Hounds roll in second round of the playoffs tonight here at Campbell Field, and perfect on the season at 11-0. So, you know, we look back at the game against Lincoln County in the regular season, had a tough four-quarter football game on the road. So, you know, tied at the half, but Hounds able to kind of take care of business and win that football game. So, you know, tonight, Ronnie, look for the Hounds' high-powered offense to get off to a fast start, put pressure on the run game of the Lincoln County Patriots. And so tonight, Hounds look ready to go and kind of keep the Red Hound train rolling towards Kroger Field.
Corbin walks into tonight's contest 12-0 on the football season. Lincoln County comes in 6-5. However, don't let that deceive you. The best football game and the toughest win of the season belongs against these Lincoln County Patriots.
That's
they
right.
went into the halftime breakdown 21-21 as your score. Corbin would rattle off 3 unanswered touchdowns to put that one in the books, 42-21, but it was a dogfight up in Stanford.
Yeah, just a tough football game. I mean, the Hounds, you know, kind of got going on the ground game. The Lincoln County Patriots kind of controlled the time of possession all through the first half. And then, you know, we always talk about Coach Greer, you know, Coach Elam, Coach Mills going in at halftime and making those great halftime adjustments. And, you know, they did just that. And the Hounds came out in that second half and pulled away to that big 42-21 victory.
Of course, on the schedule tonight, playing against Clayton Davis, probably top to bottom the best football player
no doubt.
Corbin plays all season long.
That's right.
He did make the final cut for Mr. Football, by the way.
That's right.
Top 10 seniors in the state of Kentucky. Well-deserved. Again, probably the best player Corbin plays all year long, and that I'd put that top to bottom, not necessarily ceiling, maybe even better than the running back out of Franklin.
Yeah, I think so. And you look at Clayton Davis, you know, you see him number 8 down there on the field. You know, he's not a big guy. He's not the fastest guy in the world either. But I tell you what, he just makes plays. And, you know, I looked at the stats there. Clayton Davis, of course, leading receiver for the Patriots, 70 catches on the season, over 1,000 yards. And then you look at the next guy to him, and he's got 8 catches. So Clayton Davis, 70 catches. The next guy to him, Nathan Carter, 8 catches. So, you know, the offense runs through number 8, Clayton Davis.
And again, Corbin did take on Caden Moorman, who's committed to the University of Kentucky, 1,200 rushing yards on the season, but he had a rough night against the Red Hounds. Clayton Davis feasted against this defense. Absolutely one of the hardest individuals to tackle. His field vision is superb. And again, this is a tough challenge whenever he's on the field. Corbin defense has a long night ahead of it trying to keep him zoned in.
Yes, exactly. And just like I said a minute ago, you know, Coach Greer, you know, Coach Mills, defense coordinator, you've got to know where number 8 is at all times. Every single time he touches a football, every single time he lines up in space, no doubt about it, the Hounds are going to know where Clayton Davis is all night long.
Going to have to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because Corbin comes in tonight's contest 12-0 on your football season. They, again, you know the wins. Cry School, Whitley County, Franklin County, Pulaski County, Somerset, Simon Kenton, Knox Central, Lincoln County, Wayne County, Campbell County, Wayne County again.
That's right.
In the first round. Corbin has decimated this schedule with the exception of this opponent tonight.
That's right.
Don't overlook them. They're
That's right.
a very talented football team, very big and physical, and they love to keep the ball away, play clock control.
They do, and if you're Coach Greer, again, you know, you want to get off to a fast start. You know, like we said a minute ago, the Hounds at halftime were tied 21-21. So, you know, if Coach Greer, you know, he's probably talked to the football team all week long. Let's get off to a fast start, and let's get this football game ready to go and you know, kind of take care of business. So, you know, Coach Greer, you know, just a great motivator of young men, and I'm sure he's got the Hounds ready to go tonight.
Count you down to kickoff. We're 4 minutes till we tee it up here at Campbell Field. Corbin, Lincoln County. Winner goes on to the region title game next week here at Campbell Field, we hope.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to cut away for a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced the smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless. The Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What's up, y'all? This is Chase Rice hanging outdoors with an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's a rack on your car and a hitch on the back of your truck. There's a garage full of toys from wakeboards to dirt bikes. And there's a cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out and do, you know, hit the lake or the deer stand, a cooler of Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your four-wheeler or your fishing rod. Mountain Dew. Do the do.
Counting you down to kickoff here at Campbell Field. Corbin at home playing host to the Patriots of Lincoln County. About 2.5 minutes till we kick it off here at Campbell Field. Teams are at midfield for the coin toss. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth, bringing you tonight's action on your radio dial on T1073.com. Waiting on the coin toss results here. Lincoln County has entered the field. We'll give you the coin toss action as it comes, but 2 minutes to go till tonight's kickoff is underway. JB, what are the keys to victory tonight for the Red Hounds?
All right, JB, keys to the game tonight. You know, last week I sound, and going into this week, you sound offensively like a broken record, but, you know, keep pounding the rock tonight. Seth Mills, Seth Huff, both backs can go over 1,000 yards tonight. So keep pounding the rock to the running backs. Defensively, of course, we've talked about it. Hounds have to slow down that one-man wrecking crew for the Patriots, number 8, Clayton Davis. So, you know, make somebody else beat you if you're the Hounds tonight defensively. And then number 3, create turnovers, no penalties, and start fast. You know, the Hounds ball hawks out there have created a ton of turnovers this season and done a great job. So, you know, and then on the penalty side, you don't want to give up anything crazy on the penalties. And then tonight, fast start for the Hounds. Don't let that football game get close and get tied like it did in the regular season. And then number 4, of course, is tonight for the Hounds, win or go home. So you want to kind of don't let that moment be too big and get that big Red Hound train rolling towards Kroger Field.
There you have it, keys to victory under 1 minute till we kick it off here at home. Corbin won the toss. They deferred till the second half. So Lincoln County will receive the football to start the game. Early test. Come out of the gate, see how the defense lines up and how they account for this explosive offense. Again, Lincoln County, primarily a ground and pound kind of team, got it done through the air against this Corbin team, the only team to get it done through the air all season long. But again, this is probably top to bottom one of the better receiving corps that Corbin also plays as well.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, you've got, you know, the quarterback back there, Sawyer Horton. You know, he can throw the football. He's thrown it around 90 completions this season on 138 attempts. And, you know, when you look at the stats, 14 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. So, you know, the Hounds have done a great job defensively, have forced 24 turnovers so far this season. So, you know, you talk about the passing game for the Patriots. Hounds look to get that running game shut down, force Horton to have to throw the football and put the ball in harm's way. So getting this football game ready to go. Hounds look ready to go tonight at Campbell Field.
Baker's on the field to kick the ball away. Ball's on the tee and blown into play. 3 receivers back deep for the Patriots. I can tell you where the ball's not going.
That's right. That's right.
Not going to Clayton Davis.
That's right.
Baker on the approach, puts the toe to it. It's a long line drive kick. It's going to sail out of the back of the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, just another good job right there. You know, Jacob Baker, one of the best, if not the best, of course. And I like to say he is the best kicker in football. Saw him in warm-ups out here, you know, knocking down 42-yard field goals in warm-ups. So Jacob Baker, the touchback, no problem. You know, we look at the Hounds defense. Of course, they're going to come out in that big front 4. You know, you got Carter Sevier. Good to see Braden Reynolds up front, Big Joe Brown, and then look like number 56 up in there, Troy Faulkner. So the big front 4 doing a great job on defense for the Hounds.
Lincoln County opens up in the shotgun. Davis going to start at quarterback, double wing to his right. He's going to hand it off, throwing across the counter. He's got a big hole up the gut across the 30 down to the 35-yard line. Picks up about 17 on the first down run, and they're back on the line running no huddle.
Yeah, just going to come, try to get things going, try to get a little bit of rhythm in the running game. Looked like number 12, Lee Amon, running the football, and he's already surpassed the 1,000-yard mark. And so, Hounds defense definitely got to, take that first hit, take that first punch, settle in right here and stop the run.
Braden Reynolds shaking up on the play. He's left the playing field with a little bit of a limp. New lineman checking in as Lincoln County back to the line. Horton now in at quarterback, 2 tight ends. Brings Davis in motion across the formation, 1 wide receiver each side, double tight end to the right. Handoff up the middle.
There we go.
Going to be wrapped up in the backfield, keeps his feet churning, but he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, just a good job right there. Coach Greer recognizing, of course, Patriots going to run the football. Brody Wells on a hot blitz on the right side there, and then Mikey Neal, the Hounds tackling leader. Mikey Neal can go over 100 tackles tonight. He's sitting right there at 94 tackles, so bump him up to 95, 5 more tackles. The Mike linebacker, the freshman linebacker, can go over 100 tonight.
2nd and 11. Twin wide receivers to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Now he'll send the tight end back, making trips to the left. Low snap, ball on the ground. Davis going to have to keep it himself, trying to find some running room. Will not do so. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage again. Now sets up 3rd and long for Lincoln County.
Yeah, good job again. Brody Wells, kind of playing chalk line, just kind of playing the line of scrimmage right there, not dialing up the blitz, but playing chalk line. Did a great job to kind of zero in on number 8, Clayton Davis. And, of course, we talked about it just a minute ago. All eyes are to shut down on defense, number 8, Clayton Davis. Huge 3rd down right here early in this football game.
This is where Lincoln County caused a lot of chaos up at Stanford. Converting these 3rd and longs, which 3rd and 10, that's still very manageable for this offense. Patriots remain in the shotgun, 2 tight ends to the left, twin wide receivers to the right. Brings a man in motion, now trips to the left. Flag down on the play. I think this one's going against Lincoln.
Yeah, it looks like it. You're going to get the call right here. But, again, it would be a great break for the Hounds. Exactly 5-yard loss right there. So brings up a 3rd and 15 right here on this first possession for the Lincoln County Patriots.
3rd and 15, now they're going to have to readjust. Hounds again, 4-man front. They're only going to send 2 wide receivers out. That's going to be to Horton's right. Brings a tight end in motion, now makes trips to his right. He'll roll. Now he tucks and runs, trying to find some wiggle room.
There we go.
Wrapped up in the backfield by Joe Brown for the sack.
I tell you, Joe Brown right there coming off that right edge for the Hounds defense. And saw that, the Hounds played 2 deep safeties right there, but had, looked like Seth Mills, I think, over top of Clayton Davis. And, Sawyer Horton nowhere to go. Joe Brown finds the quarterback. Great job by the Hounds defense in this first possession for the Patriots.
Leave it to Coach Greer, JB. They don't show a lot with these district opponents in the regular season. It's quite a different matchup in the postseason.
That's right, yeah. Coach Greer just, an awesome coach and doing a great job in this first. Oh, wow!
Davis fields the punt. It's going to be blocked. Ball on the ground. Corbin going to take over deep in Lincoln County territory. Lincoln County arguing that it should remain their ball. That is not correct call.
That's right. That's right.
I think what Lincoln County is arguing, soliciting, is that a blocked kick was recovered by Lincoln County because it was a live football. Interesting call here. I do understand the position of Coach Crutchfield from the Patriots sideline. The debate between these officials is the blocked kick became a live football because it was touched by a Corbin player, and it was now able to be recovered by Lincoln County. Coach Greer, of course, arguing the blocked kick, regardless of where it's recovered, does not clear the first down yardage.
Yes. So, yeah, be an interesting call. I would think it should be Hounds ball, but you're right.
I don't have my rule book out, nor do I know the answer to this question off the top of my head.
But 5 or 6 officials out there in the center of the field trying to figure this out. There we go.
We're going to rule in favor of the Red Hounds.
There we go.
Corbin going to take over on the Lincoln County 39. Excellent starting field position for the Red Hounds' first drive.
Yeah, just good field position right here. And, you get the Patriots, they come out in that first possession, 9 minutes to go in this first quarter, and the Hounds get the 3 and out. out and then add the block punt on there, and then just to get set up shop right here, in great shape right here, right about the 40-yard line. So great job by the defense.
Combs opens up in the shotgun, twins to the right, one wide receiver to the left. Huff and Mills in the backfield. Huff's going to get the call out of the gate. Little stutter step to the left, going to plow ahead. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3 on the carry. A lot of movement there. Really hard run to gain 3 yards.
Yeah, a tough run, and that's right. And that's where Seth Huff, that's kind of where he does his thing, in between the tackles. But, you look at the defensive front tonight for the Patriots, almost kind of run a 3-4. They walk up an outside backer, but those guys are big in there. Number 76, 6'2", 324, 6'2", 280, so some big guys up front for the Patriots.
Combs going to empty the backfield on second down. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Now he brings Huff in motion. Play action, fires back across the formation to Mills. Mills now going to reverse the field. Picks up a big block from his running back, still running. Flag down on the play. He's finally going to be brought down. Right around the Lincoln County 30-yard line, we'll see the flag. That's usually a block in the back when the ball carrier has to reverse the entire side of the formation with the football.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he started, of course, on the left side of the numbers here, on the left side of the field, and then, like you said, rolled all the way back to the right. And, definitely flag coming out on the Hounds right here.
That's the call. Corbin going to lose 10 yards and have to replay second down. Corbin did a good job running the football against Lincoln County in the second half. Primarily got it done through the air against this secondary in the first half of play.
Yeah, I think so. And if you're, Coach Elam, the offensive coordinator, you want to come out here, you got second long right here, almost second and almost 20 looks like. So, do you take your shot down the field and try to stretch the field? Of course, Dakota Patterson checking in right here. Travion Longmire, the weapons on the edge can definitely stretch the field for the Hounds offense.
Stewart and Curry both in the slots. Corbin going to operate out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 each way. Huff's in at running back. Now he's going to put Huff in at the wing. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Brings Huff in motion, fakes the handoff, now sets the throw. Fires, right sideline, hauled in and caught at the 40 to the 30. Curry still running down to the 20-yard line. That's enough for the Red Hound first down. Good pass there.
Yes, really good job right there. Good protection up front by the big offensive line, the Red Hound wall, if you will. And then, again, Cam Combs doing a great job to kind of get his feet set right there and hit Curry right out there for the first down. So really good job for Xander Curry and then Cam Combs to connect for the first down Hounds.
Curry's coming on strong in the second half of the season. Been one of the favorite targets for Combs here in the postseason. Same formation for the Hounds on first down, hard count. Lincoln County not going to bite. Now Combs looks to the sideline, makes a couple audibles. Again, the Red Hounds have gone to the wristbands in the postseason as well. Handoff going to go across the right side to Huff. Trying to find some running room. Not going to find a lot there. Might have picked up a couple on the carry.
Yeah, not much there by Seth Huff, kind of running around that right side. You get that spread formation by the Hounds, and you get the Patriots kind of spread out there, and then you kind of hand the football to Seth Huff and let him go to work. But 2 or 3 yard gain. Hounds kind of reset right here on second, and then looks like 7, second and 6 right here.
7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Neither team has found the end zone yet. Huff's going to remain in at running back. He'll get the call here on second down. Up the heart of the defense, big hole. Now puts his foot in the ground, screaming towards the pylon. He's in there for the touchdown.
Wow. Again, you spread the football out. Hounds, go into their spread. And then again, just like I said, they give the ball to Seth Huff, the double deuce, number 22, and kind of let him do his thing. And, he finds the end zone. So great job right there by the big offensive line for the Hounds, and great job by Seth Huff to find the end zone.
Took about 5 minutes to get there. Corbin did find the end zone. Punching it in from 39 yards out where the drive began. Baker on to add the extra point. Elam's going to hold. Snap is down. Kick is up and away, and it's good. 6:45 remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin leads 7-0 over Lincoln. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
What's your favorite thing about football time in Corbin? The hometown pride, the sound of the cannon that echoes through downtown Corbin with every point scored? Or is it the tradition of taking your family to Mi Casa before the game? In Corbin, it's all about tradition, and that's what you can count on at Mi Casa Mexican Restaurant. A family-friendly, delicious meal with every visit. Stop in and enjoy their patio and weekly specials. Good luck and go Hounds from Mi Casa of Corbin.
Yeah.
6:45 remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin struck first. 7-2 nothing. 20-yard touchdown run from Seth Huff has the Hounds on top by a touchdown. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And early, strong first quarter start for the Hounds, JB.
Yeah, really good job right there. You know, the defense gets a 3 and out, the block punt. Hounds take advantage on offense and put one in the end zone. Great job, great start for the Hounds.
Baker puts the toe to it. High end over end kick going to be fielded right around the 2-yard line, trying to find some running room across the left side. Not going to do it. Might have got the ball up to about his own 18-yard line. That's where Lincoln will start their second possession of the football game.
Yeah, and again, you know, Jacob Baker just, you know, kicking the football down the field. We saw, you know, in that first kick, he got the touchback, and then right there, you know, kind of gets a little bit of air under it, and then allows the special teams unit for the Hounds to get down there and make a really good tackle in space, kind of pin the Patriots back inside their own 20.
First and 10. Lincoln opens in the shotgun. Davis has the ball up the middle, plows ahead. He's got the first down, but a flag comes down on the play. That might go against Corbin.
Yeah, maybe right there. You know, you give the football. Wondered how long it would take to get the football in Clayton Davis's hands, but the referee coming out to give us the call right here. But you know, the Hounds defense got to zero in on number 8, Clayton Davis.
Wait for the call. It looked like it might have been a face mask on the tackle. We're not going to get a call, but
yeah, exactly.
It appeared from here it was going to be a face mask, and
you
it
got
was.
It right there.
That's the call. We're going to call it incidental, though. Just a 5-yarder. Result of the play moves the ball up to the Lincoln County 36-yard line where they'll have it first and 10. Horton in the shotgun, wide receiver split out each side, double wing to the right. Handoff going to go to Amon up the gut.
There we go.
Not a lot in there. Finally going to be brought to rest. Pickup of about 2 on the carry.
Yeah, really good job in there. Sophomore Joe Brown, that right defensive end for the Hounds, defense up front, closing in, making the hit. And, you know, just noticing out of that formation, you had Clayton Davis out here split out to the right. So, you know, offense coordinator, of course, for the Patriots, going to see those one-on-one matchups and may have some kind of adjustment to kind of attack, and use Clayton Davis in those situations.
Not hard to do to get the ball in his hands.
That's right.
2nd and 8. 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver split each way. Now tight end overload to the left. Handoff going to go back across the right up to the 45 where he's going to get leveled. Not much further. He picks up about 6 or 7 on the carry. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, another good run right there. Looked like number 12, Lee Amon, in there running hard for the Patriots, but, brings up a 3rd and short right here. Did see Zane Hammett kind of, walk out in the flat area a little bit, kind of give, Evan Poor a little bit of help kind of on the inside route. That allows that corner, Evan Poor, to kind of back out of there a little bit. But big 3rd down right here on 3rd and short for the Hounds defense.
3rd and 2, Patriots going to remain in the shotgun. Twins to the right, 2 tight ends to the left. Quarterback keeper across the left side, that's Davis. He's got up to the midfield stripe, got the first down into Red Hound territory. Clayton Davis.
Yeah.
Lining him up at quarterback. That's a look we saw a year ago. They didn't go to that wrinkle this year in the regular season.
Yeah, that's right. Just put him in at quarterback, kind of the wildcat look. And, you know he's going to get the football right there, of course, on the gun snap. But then you got to make a tackle. And Clayton Davis, moves the chains right there for the Patriots.
Result of the play have the Patriots operating at the Corbin 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Bounce formation. Now overload tight ends to the right. That's where the handoff will go, up the middle. Not a lot of running room there. Second effort will get positive yardage. Going to pick up about 5. He was hit about 2 yards into the defense. Kept his legs churning, though.
Yeah, I just kept, kind of those legs pumping, those legs moving. And, again, to me, Ronnie, the key right there in the first possession of the football game, the Hounds got the 3 and out, then they turn around and put points on the board. So, you kind of keeping the Patriots, trying to, keep up with the Hounds offense. But, Hounds defense got to dial it in right here on second down.
Shouldn't give him 6 on the carry, so it's 2nd and 4, same formation for the Patriots. They like this overload set to the right. Play action, fires in the flat, almost intercepted by Longmire. Did a great job jumping that route, just couldn't get his hands on the football.
Yeah, just really good job right there by Travion. They, like you said, they brought the motion away from the receiver and then tried to create that one-on-one, but Travion out there doing a great job for the Hounds defense. Almost went for 6 right there. So really good to see Travion Longmire in the field playing that corner spot and kind of locking down one side of the football field.
3rd down, about 4 to go. Patriots going to operate at the Corbin 42-yard line. Davis back in at quarterback for the Patriots. Quarterback draw, trying to find some running room. It's not going to be there.
There we
He's going to
go.
be hit at the 40 and stacked up. Now 4th down. You got to imagine Lincoln County's in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I would think so. What do you do right here? You put Clayton Davis in the gun again and give him the football. So Hounds defense got to dial it in right here. Going to be 4th and short, and I'm sure, Coach Crutfield and the Patriots going to probably dial it up right here, see if they can keep the chains moving and try to control the time of possession. And a big play right here for the Hounds defense.
4th down and 1 going to be the call. No doubt about a Lincoln going for this one. Coach Crutchfield leaves his offense on the field. Sawyer Horton going over to get the play. Crowd starting to get loud here
That's
at Campbell
right.
Field as the Patriots break the huddle. Horton going to remain at quarterback. 1 wide receiver each way. They're going to hand off up the middle. He did not get the first down, but looks like Lincoln County might have taken a timeout before the whistle, and they did. So 3:01 remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin 7, Lincoln nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin 7, Lincoln County nothing. Lincoln County staring down the barrel of 4th and 1, the Red Hound 39-yard line. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And right now, biggest play of the game so far, JB.
I think so. Biggest play of the game right here. And, I don't know exactly what the Patriots are going to run right here, but I would think everybody in the building knows who's going to get the ball right here on 4th and inches. So
One would imagine.
That's right. Defense dig in right here, see if the Hounds can get a stop.
Davis in at quarterback. Has 2 wings to the right. He's going to keep it towards those wings. Looks like he's got the first down to the 36-yard line. Only needed a yard, picked up 3 on the quarterback keeper. That's enough to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, again, and you look at Clayton Davis here, he's not a big guy. He's not the fastest guy out there on the field, but somehow, some way, he just keeps making plays. And right there, 4th and a yard, you knew he was going to get the football and just moves the chains right there for the Patriots.
1st and 10 at the Red Hound 36. Horton back in at quarterback. Play action, now sets the throw, fires, trying to find Davis down the right sideline. He's going to haul in and catch it. He's going to get in for the touchdown. Wow. What a catch. I thought the ball came loose at the end of the possession. It did not.
And we talked about that just a minute ago. We saw Evan pour out here, kind of in a one-on-one situation. We saw would Coach Crutchfield see that one-on-one and then take advantage of it. And right there, the Patriots firing to Clayton Davis and put points on the board. So 2:29 left in this first quarter, and Patriots looking maybe to tie this football game up right here.
We're going to come out in the swinging gate formation. Davis at quarterback now. He'll reset his defense. On to kick it away for Lincoln County. Colby Towns, their place kicker. Davis is their holder. Got to watch for the fake here. Snap is down. Kick is up. I think it's wide left. It's no good.
Wow,
So
no
2:28 remaining in the first quarter. Corbin leads Lincoln 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
.228 remaining in the first quarter of play. Corbin leads 7-6. Lincoln County found the end zone, 36-yard touchdown strike. Extra point, no good. That's got Corbin the lead right now. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And we talked about it. We
That's
sound
right.
like the broken record. I know.
Exactly.
We've seen him play. I don't know if
Yes.
everybody else has, but didn't take long for Clayton Davis to put his fingerprints on this football game. We're talking off air. He's probably a Mr. Football at a bigger school.
Just a great football player, and like I said a minute ago, the Patriots see him in one-on-one coverage with a Hounds defender. They're going to go to it every time. So, Hounds defense got to find Clayton Davis.
End over end kick going to be fielded at the 15, up to the 20, to the 40.
There we
to
go.
the 50. He's got running room down the sideline. Flag down on the play. Stewart's going to take this one to the house, but it's coming back. Touchdown, the call on the field. I think there was a hold, or it might have even been a shot block right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think so, and always a tough break. The Patriots put one in the end zone. You want to respond right there, and the Hounds do just that on special teams. But again, just a tough break for the Hounds right there, and the football going to come back. But Hounds reset right here on offense, and just like Coach Butler says for the Corbin Middle School, who's watching us tonight right here on 1073.com, he always says after a penalty, that just creates another opportunity. So, the Hounds get another opportunity right here to see if they can do something with this football.
Frustrating penalty. That's the middle of the field. Probably didn't even impact the result of the score.
Oh, exactly. You're right. And a lot of times those penalties don't even come into play, but right there, just again, another tough break right there for the Hounds on special teams.
Result of the play, Corbin will take over on their own 35-yard line. Combs opens up in the shotgun, trips to the right, one wide receiver to the left. That's Longmire. Longmire had a huge game at Lincoln County in the regular season. Handoff's going to go to Huff, up the gut.
There he goes.
There's a huge hole through the 40, up to the 50, still dragging Patriots with him down to the 42-yard line. Big gain from Huff out of the gun.
Yeah, just, again, as Seth Huff, he can run between the tackles. All he gives you is knee pads and shoulder pads. Puts the spin move on right there and, moves the chain. So big, big run by Seth Huff. And, Patriots always going to have a tough time bringing Seth Huff to the ground.
Corbin quickly into Lincoln County territory, 1st and 10 at the Patriot 42-yard line. Same formation. Trips to the right, one wide receiver to the left. Huff's going to remain in at running back, setting to the right. Combs sets the throw, fires. He's got Patterson in the flat. He's going to surge forward. Picks up about 10 yards. That's very close to the first down, and it looks like it's more than enough for the first. Gain of actually about 11.
Yeah, good job right there, kind of on the little screen out to the flat, like you said, Ronnie. Dakota Patterson, 25 catches on the season for the Hounds in the passing game. Leads the Hounds in catches. Make that number 26 right there. And, again, Travion Longmire, again, getting one-on-one coverage. How long till the Hounds try to go deep with Travion Longmire?
Resetting chains here. Little wrinkle Corbin's running with now. They got Mills out playing in the slot.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
Utilizing his playmaking ability. Huff's going to remain in at running back. He's been getting the bulk of the carries down the stretch of the season. Trips to the left this time. Handoff still goes to Huff across the right side. Big hole. He's going to stiff arm and run over a linebacker. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I mean, he just runs the football with the mentality of I'm not going to go down. I mean, just behind those big shoulder pads right there. And it doesn't matter who hits him, doesn't matter if the hole is there, doesn't matter if it's not. Seth Huff is not going to go down. And just a great run, just a great power run right there by Seth Huff.
Second down, about 5. Corbin going with the trips tonight. Sets Huff over towards the trips. That's Combs' left. Combs going to keep it up the gut himself. Not a lot of running room there. He might have got a yard.
Yeah, not much in there right there by Cam Combs. You look at the stats, Cam Combs can run the football as well. We saw Seth Mills run the football. Cam Combs can run it up in there. Seth Huff, kind of a three-headed monster look, but right there using a little bit of action to Seth Huff and then trying to get up in there behind that big offensive line for the Hounds. But Cam Combs turned back right there, and then this brings up a 3rd down and 4 right here. See if the Hounds can kind of move the chains and keep this drive going.
Combs remains in the shotgun. Twins to the right, one wide out to the left. Full house backfield. Huff gets the call across the left side.
There he goes.
Bulldozes his way through the line. Down inside the Patriot 20-yard line. That's more than enough for the first down.
Yeah, just keep moving those chains right there. If you're not sure what to do, if you don't know what's going to happen right there, just turn around and hand the football to number 22, and he's going to get you the yards you need. Seth Huff averaging right at 10 yards a carry. So Seth Huff, just another good run up in there for the Hounds offense.
Takes us to the end of the first quarter after 1 in the books. Corbin 7, Lincoln County 6. We'll be back with second quarter action in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and still can be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
The magical season of fall is here with cooler temperatures and shorter days, and that means 2 things. Hunting season and it's football time in the Bluegrass. So before you plan your next hunting or fishing trip, stop by southeastern Kentucky's #1 hunting and fishing headquarters, Kentucky Outdoorsman. It's national buying power with the same family-owned small-town customer service to which you've become accustomed. Get equipped for your next outdoor adventure at Kentucky Outdoorsman, located on US Highway 25 between Corbin and London next to Tri-County Cycle Sales.
Start of the second quarter, Corbin leading Lincoln County 7-6 here at Campbell Field. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Hounds have it 1st and 10 down at the Lincoln County 17. Getting it done on the ground tonight. Seth Huff grounding and pounding this Lincoln County defense so far.
Yeah, just doing a good job. And, again, up front, the blocking by the offensive line has been great so far tonight. So, again, Hounds, got the recipe for success right here.
Handoff going to go to Mills. It's his first carry of the game. He's going to be tripped up from behind. Not before he makes it right about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and Seth Mills, he's hard to find in there as well. But run around that right side, look like number 18 for the Patriots. Eli Hurt coming up to make the hit. But, creates this about second and looks like about 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 right here. And Hounds just looking to, try to add to this lead in this second quarter.
Good second effort there by Mills. He got tripped up, extended his body. Gets it down to the 12 for 2nd and 5. Combs in the shotgun on 2nd down. Handoff going to go to Mills again. Stutter steps in the backfield. Too much penetration to overcome, though. He might lose a yard there on the handoff.
Yeah, I think so. And a lot of times, all season long, we've seen Seth Mills, make that first guy miss, even make that second guy miss. But, too many guys in traffic up the gut right there for Seth Mills. So brings up, a big 3rd down right here. 10:58 in this second quarter. Hounds up 7-6. And see if the Hounds can, move the chains or maybe even attack and put points on the board.
3rd down and 6, same formation, full house backfield for the Hounds. Play action now comes, rolls to the left, fire in the flat to Patterson. Hauled in and caught. He's going to keep spinning ahead. Very close to first down yardage. We'll see what kind of spot he gets. Not a great one.
Yeah.
Only be down to the 10, so 4th down and about 3. This is obviously well within Baker's range. See what Corbin elects to do here.
Yeah, just looking to see across the way there if, Coach Greer going to elect to maybe try to kick the field goal. You're right. Like I said a minute ago, we saw Jacob Baker kicking 42-yard field goals in warm-ups, so right at 40 yards. So definitely in Jacob Baker's range, but the Hounds right here are going to line up in their normal set.
Mills is in, running the Wildcat formation. Brings Longmire in motion. Fakes the handoff, now keeps it up the gut. Going to be close to first down yardage. I think he got it, though.
Yeah, maybe just by a little bit. May get a measurement. Actually, first down. You're right, Ronnie. So Seth Mills get behind that big offensive line for the Hounds. Moves the chains right there.
A week ago, we saw that handoff go to Longmire for the touchdown.
That's right.
That's definitely going to freeze your linebackers just a little bit out of that set.
Yeah, just the speed of Longmire, you're right. Going to freeze you up a little bit. But Seth Mills, at that time, able to kind of get up in there and pick up the first down.
1st and goal from the Lincoln County 6. 4 wide receivers on the field. Huff's in at running back. High snap, but it's handled. Handoff to Huff up the middle. He'll surge ahead. Get in there for the touchdown.
Wow, another tough run in there. Seth Huff running off that left side, and it's amazing to see. You look up there, you don't see a lot of room. You don't see, a crease or anything, and somehow number 22, Seth Huff, lowers those shoulders and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Hounds, right here in this second quarter.
2 scores for 22. Huff, of course, huge performance against Lincoln up in Stanford in the regular season. On pace for another one tonight. Baker on for the extra point try. Snap is down. Kick is up and away. It's good. 9:21 in the first half. Corbin 14, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
I need 3 garlic butter bacon burgers.
Coming right up.
Will someone grab me some more cheese?
Keep that garlic butter coming.
Burger up.
Order up. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger. I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
$9:21 remaining in the second quarter. Corbin leads Lincoln County 14-6 here at Campbell Field. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. So far, Corbin keeping it on the ground tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns for Seth Huff has Corbin with the lead right now. So far, plans going according to plan, JB.
Yeah,
you just gotta score every time you touch the football.
Yeah, if you score every time you touch the football, you're doing things right. And getting the ball to 22, not a bad deal for the Hounds. Seth Huff having his way so far in this football game tonight.
Baker on kicks it away. High end over end kick. It's good to the uprights and out of the back of the end zone. Great kick by Baker. Wow.
Yeah. It almost makes me wonder. I know I've said that in the broadcast along the season. I mean, because it seems like if he wants a touchback, he gets it. But then every now and then you'll see one check up a little bit, like we did in the previous kick, and then the Hounds get great tackling on special teams. So anytime Jacob Baker wants a touchback, it seems like no problem. We'll just kick it through the end zone.
Baker going to sub in at cornerback on this drive as well. Drops Mills back to safety. Horton in the shotgun. Handoff up the gut. Not a lot there. Second effort's going to gain a couple yards. He might have picked up about 3 or 4 on the carry.
Yeah, just 3 or 4 up in there. Looked like number 54 again, defensive end for the Hounds, Joe Brown. Big Judge Joe Brown coming in, making the hit. And again, almost the pace of this game to me so far tonight. 9 minutes to go in this second quarter. Hounds up 14-6. Almost the pace, the tempo, the feel feels a lot better than it did at Lincoln County during the regular season.
Much nicer to be here.
That's right.
Horton in the gun. Tight end each way, wide receiver each way. Corbin crowding the line, handoff up the gut. Not much there. He might have got a yard. That's going to set up a 3rd and 5 for Lincoln County.
Yeah, and again, a bunch of Hounds in on the hit right there. Mikey Neal doing a great job, the Hounds tackling leader. Like I said a minute ago, going to probably go over 100. And then Braden Reynolds working hard up in there at D tackle to make a hit. And looks like one of the Patriots down right here, I think.
Yeah, offensive lineman shaken up for the Patriots. Number 63, Zachary Young. Shaken up right now. They're tending to him down on the field. We'll cut away for a quick commercial break while they tend to him. 8:23 left in the second quarter. Corbin 14, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 30. This is Red Hound Football on T107.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
$8:23 remaining in the second quarter of play. Corbin 14, Lincoln County 6. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. 3rd and 5 for Lincoln County. Horton going to remain in at quarterback. Tight end each way, wide receiver each way. Play action, back to pass, loads up and fires over the middle, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Good coverage there from the Red Hound secondary. 4th and 5, Lincoln County might have to look at punting this football.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like Patriots going to bring on the punt team right here. And again, good job by the Hounds defense, especially against that run game. We've talked about it in the first matchup in regular season. Patriots do a great job running the football, but Hounds really dialed in up front right there. We saw Joe Brown, Braden Reynolds, Mikey Neal, all the big guys up front for the Hounds defense just making plays, for the Hounds right there.
Fields the punt off, almost blocked. High spiraling kick going to be fielded back at the 40-yard line by Mills. Up to the 45, picks up a block at the 50, throws the stiff arm at the 45. He'll be chased out of bounds. Again, Corbin going to take over in Lincoln County territory. Second drive, they're starting right around the Patriot 40-yard line.
Yeah, again, just great field position for the Hounds offense, and, the Hounds defense really kind of, offense, defense, special teams really working together right there to give the Hounds offense another really good starting point right here in this second quarter. So look for the Hounds to attack. I still say, Ronnie, you talked about Travion Longmire, kind of that X factor, that big weapon down the field. Maybe look for the Hounds to take a big shot right here, in really good field position on first down.
1st and 10 at the Patriot 41-yard line. Corbin spreads the field, 4 wide receivers, twins each way. Huff in at running back. Combs back to pass, sets the throw, fires, got Longmire over the middle. Had a miscommunication there, ball overthrown. Incomplete. Looks like he threw that ball to the outside. Travion cut back towards the inside. Looks like the timing was off there.
Yeah, I think so right there. Just a little bit of a miscommunication or maybe a little bit of the timing issue, like you said. But love to see how, Coach Elam on first down right there, not afraid to take a shot down the field with Travion. He can beat a guy in one-on-one coverage. He can score in a hurry. So really good job right there, I think, by the Hounds offense to kind of keep the field spread and, and take your shot.
Same formation for the Red Hounds on second down. Speed option. Huff going to the left. Now pitches to Huff. Catches it at the 40, at the 35. Going to surge ahead to the 30, down to the 25-yard line. How about 10 yards after contact?
Yeah, just running a little bit of option play, a little bit of a wrinkle right there around the left side. And, Cam Combs holding the football, kind of draws the defense in. Then you make that pitch, and you always know, Seth Huff's going to not go down from that first contact. So really good job, really good play design right there by the Hounds offense.
Scores across the state. Bowl up 21-0 over Lexington Catholic. Johnson Central up 28-14 over Letcher County Central. Corbin will be playing the Golden Eagles should they prevail tonight.
That's right.
For the region title. Got to take care of district title concerns first. Trips to the left for Combs here on first down. Loads up, finds Patterson in the flat on the screen. Down to the 30. He'll be knocked out of bounds inside the 20. like all the way down to about the 17-yard line. That's a pickup of about 8 or 9 on the screen reception.
Yeah, another
shaking up Lincoln County player.
Yeah, another good pickup right there. Dakota Patterson, just get him the football, a great athlete, and makes people miss, and a good run and catch by Dakota Patterson right there.
Physical football game between these two teams every time they tee it up.
That's right. Yeah, if you're lining up in this football game tonight, you're gonna see some big shots. You're gonna see some big hits, and sitting here in the T107 Red Hound radio booth, we wouldn't want it any other way. So really good to see these guys getting after it tonight, right here at Campbell Field.
They tend to the shaking up Lincoln County player. We'll cut away for a quick commercial break. 7-11 left in the second quarter. Corbin 14, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
If you're looking for a better night's sleep, Sammy's Furniture has the perfect mattress for you. Whether it's combining the support of an innerspring mattress with the comfort of memory foam with a Sealy hybrid, or the all-night cooling of the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, or the unparalleled design and craftsmanship of a Stearns & Foster, Sammy's Furniture is here to help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. That's Sammy's Furniture and Sleep Shop, open 7 days a week. Visit our store to find your perfect mattress today.
7-11 left in the first half of play. Corbin leads Lincoln 14-6 here at Campbell Field. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth, bringing you tonight's district championship action. Corbin's got the ball at the Lincoln County 17, 2nd and 1 for the Red Hounds. Combs in the shotgun with trips to his left, one wide receiver to the right. Play action. Now Combs keeps it himself on the read option, surges ahead. Got the first down, picks up about 2 or 3 on the carry. Only needed 1 to convert.
Yeah, good job right there by Cam Combs. And I love to see, Cam Combs, it's awesome to see him carry the football, 2 or 3 times, in this first half. And then, second half, 2 or 3 times, just to kind of show that, Cam Combs can run the football. You don't have to depend on Seth Mills, Seth Huff all the time. Cam Combs can hit it up in there and get good gains in the running game for the Hounds.
Corbin going with 5 wide receivers on the field. Longmire and Mills, twins to the right. Curry, Stewart, and Patterson to the left. Empty backfield. Combs remains, of course, in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself up the gut. Runs over the linebacker inside the 10. He'll pick up 2 or 3 yards on the quarterback draw.
Yeah, again, just another good job right there. Cam Combs just taking the gun snap, getting behind the big Red Hound offensive wall, and you love to see those guys up front just working hard, pushing people off the line of scrimmage against their will. So, and especially, the Patriots, big guys up front, 6'2", 324, 6'2", 280, 5'10", 220. So some big guys up in there for the Patriot defense.
Second down. About 6 to go. Ball at the Lincoln County 9. Corbin remains in the shotgun. Trips to the left. Huff's in at running back. He'll get the call here across the left side. Not a lot of wiggle room there. He's going to be bottled up. Might have picked up a yard, if any, on the carry.
Yeah, not much right there, Seth Huff, running around that left side. And one of the very few times that you'll, ever see him be, kind of contained right there. So, a good job right there by the Patriot defense to kind of find Seth Huff in the backfield. So brings up a 3rd and 3 right here for the Hounds offense.
Corbin not afraid to go for it. Could be 4-down territory here. Will remain in the gun on 3rd and short. Huff gets the call. Now he cuts to the outside, looking for the end zone, lowers the shoulder. He's in there for the touchdown.
I tell you, Seth Huff again, just keep giving him the football, He just gets better as the football game goes on and, just puts on the Jets around the right side, makes a good cut, makes a defender miss, and then finds the end zone. So great job again, Seth Huff and the big offensive line for the Hounds right there to put up another touchdown.
Hat trick for Huff.
That's right. Already.
Third touchdown of the night. We're in the second quarter. Look out, folks. There could be more on the way.
That's right.
Baker on for the extra point try. Elam to hold. Snap is down. Kick is up and away. It rockets through there. It's good. 4:59 left in the first half of play. It's Corbin 21, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hello. Hello, I'm Dr. Deidre Pennington, and I invite you to discover the difference at Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage. We offer digital x-ray with instant imaging for the most specific solution to your problem. The Atlas orthogonal technique offers a gentle and precise adjustment with no twisting of the neck or spine. Pennington Wellness offers a family-friendly atmosphere.
Trust our Grammy. We do!
4:59 remaining in the first half of play. Corbin up 21-6 over Lincoln County. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Seth Huff show tonight.
That's right.
Hat trick, 3 touchdown performance on the ground's got Corbin on top. Baker on to kick it away. It's a high end-over-end kick careening towards the goal line. That's where it's going to find the end zone for the touchback. 3 touchbacks on 4 kickoffs tonight for Baker.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 touchbacks tonight. And then, even when the Hounds, Jacob Baker didn't have the touchback, the Hounds special teams pinned the Patriots inside the 20. So, again, I don't want to, kind of miss the moment, man. Jacob Baker, just a great kicker for the Hounds, doing a great job all season long. And Jacob Baker coming, of course, back next year, just a junior. So, great weapon for the Hounds to have in special teams.
Lincoln County will open up the drive on their own 20-yard line in the shotgun. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers on the field. Play action, pump fakes. Brown's in the air, now throws across the field. He's going to haul it in and pay for it. Longmire's going to pound him down to the grass. He might have picked up a yard or 2 on the reception.
Yeah, not much there, and it looked like really Patriots almost running a lot of short routes, a little screen left, screen right, and, Travion, not to be fooled, just comes up making a great tackle in space right there. So, again, Hounds defense, Hounds offense, and, again, we just saw Hounds special teams just having their way so far tonight. 4 minutes to go and counting, 21-6 Hounds right here in the second quarter.
Joe Brown did a good job getting his hand up.
Yes,
prevented
he did.
that pass from getting out. Good game from him tonight. Davis is in at quarterback. Going to be a quarterback draw, trying to find some wiggle room. It's not there. Does pick up some decent yardage on the second effort, though, up to about his own 28-yard line. Now brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it looked like Brody Wells, Brandon Baker coming up to make the hit. And, again, 3rd and short right here. Hounds up big in the second quarter. But, again, Ronnie, to me, tonight's game in the playoffs, a lot different feel than that regular season matchup where we saw the Patriots and the Hounds tied at halftime. So, Hounds really playing good in the second round of the playoffs.
3rd down, about 1.5 yards to go. Davis remains in at quarterback. He'll keep it himself and go airborne. He'll land just on the other side of the line of scrimmage. That should be enough for the first down Patriots.
Yeah, I think so. You talk about selling out. You don't have to, to check and see if Clayton Davis is in the football game, and he goes over the top and, kind of does a flip in midair to pick up the chain and move the chain. So Clayton Davis doing all he can tonight for the Lincoln County Patriots.
1st and 10 at the Lincoln 30. Horton back in at quarterback. Hounds dial up the blitz. They bring it. Slips away past up to the 40, up to the 42-yard line. Picks up about 12 on the handoff. Corbin dialed up the run blitz there, but sometimes you see these big, long runs make a break for it when you don't get to the running back in the backfield.
Yeah, I think so, and it's almost like you just said, Ronnie, you almost got to get to the running back before he gets started. You give him a little crease, you give him a little room, and he can take it from there. So you're right, Hounds, need to get to the running back before they get started.
1st and 10. Lincoln on their own 42-yard line. 2 tight, 2 wide. Play action. Horton back to throw. Looking, has some time, fires over the right side. Going to sail out of bounds and incomplete. Trying to find his receiver number 4, Nathan Carter. Carter had a touchdown on the Red Hounds up at Stanford in the regular season matchup.
Yeah, exactly. And, like we said a minute ago, earlier in the broadcast, Clayton Davis kind of the one-man wrecking crew, but Nathan Carter, he can make plays as well. So, and kind of a different look right there for the Patriots, throwing it on 1st down, kind of catching the Hounds, kind of settling in that run. But fortunately for the Hounds, doing a great job on defense. 2nd and 10 right here.
Same formation for the Patriots on 2nd down. Handoff going to go up
there
the
we
middle.
go.
He's going to be tackled in the backfield from behind. He might have stretched out to make it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Zane Hammock right there coming off the edge. And, you talk about the front four for the Hounds, the big defensive line, and then you see the rover, that outside linebacker spot for the Hounds. Zane Hammock comes in, kind of a blitz right there to get the running back on the ground. So big third down right here for the Patriots and a big third down for the Hounds defense. So let's see who wins the battle right here.
Right around 2 minutes before the halftime break. Corbin still with 2 timeouts. Horton with play action. Sets the throw. Trying to find his running back. It's hauled in and caught. Very close to first down yardage. I think he's going to be shy by about half a yard or so.
Yeah, I think so. So it's going to bring up a big play right here for the Hounds defense. But according to where kind of the official spots the ball.
Yeah, it looks short from here.
I think so.
I am woefully on the wrong side of the predictions.
Yes. It never
booth.
seems to work out when we're, trying to figure that out. That's right. Yeah, going to bring out chains, looks like.
I've learned early on you cannot see that angle from up in the stands or up in the press box.
That's right.
Official timeout for a measurement. Again, it looks like preliminarily it's about a half a yard shy of the first down. We'll see as they stretch out the chains. Going to be shy. Very short.
Yeah, real short.
So it's fourth down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Corbin on top 21-6. Corbin also gets the football back to start the second half.
That's right.
So you got to think Lincoln County's in go-for-it mode right now.
Yeah, I think so. And again, we mentioned it earlier, Ronnie. I wonder who, you never know, but I wonder who's going to get the ball right here on 3rd and inches. We saw Clayton Davis earlier.
Don't think too hard.
Yeah, earlier in this drive, exactly. Just kind of do a big flip right there. So be surprised right here if number 8, Clayton Davis, doesn't touch the football for the Patriots.
Davis is lined up at quarterback on 4th and inches. 2 tight ends in the football game. Corbin crowding the line and showing blitz. Davis keeps it himself. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage depending on the spot. I'm not sure if he got this thing. It's going to come down to another measure. Now the white hat's going to signal first down. Well, that was very close.
Really close with the spot right there. But, yeah, exactly. Just kind of moves the chains. But, minute 52 right here left before halftime. Hounds up big 21-6. So, Coach Greer, Coach Mills, you don't want to give up a big play right here. Keep the ball in front of you. Make the Patriots earn it. But big possession right here for both football teams.
1st and 10 at the Corbin 47. Horton going to hand off. Gets a little running room inside the 40. Going to get all the way down to the 36-yard line. Went down to a knee at the 41, or at the 39. Then extended his body. They gave him the 2 extra yards.
Yeah, gave him.
Actually going to give him the 10 yards. Wow,
yeah, so moving the chains. Wow.
That's not a good spot.
Tough spot right there.
Timeout on the field. Coach Greer wants to take a quick break to talk about it. We'll take one as well. 1:25 remaining in the first half of play. Corbin 21, Lincoln 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
We've all been there, out and about, and you see someone and you just can't seem to remember their name. This happens to just about all of us, but it shouldn't with your doctor. Today, it is so convenient to see a provider who doesn't know your name, let alone your medical history. Your family needs a primary care provider who knows you and meets all of your family's needs. Jane's Family Practice is now open and located on Master Street in Corbin. Stop in for school physicals, women's care, men's health screenings, regular checkups, and when you just aren't feeling your best. Call and schedule an appointment today with Jane's Family Practice at 280-4000. That's 280-4000.
1:25 remaining in the second quarter of play. Corbin 21, Lincoln County 6. Lincoln has it and driving down to the Corbin 37-yard line where it's 1st and 10. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. District title on the line between Corbin and Lincoln.
Yes.
Davis back in at quarterback. Leading stat leader for this team. Play action. Now he keeps it himself. Trying to find some wiggle room. It's just not there. He picks up 2 or 3 on the carry as the clock continues to burn.
Yeah, it looked like Zane Hammock again, the outside backer for the Hounds, making the hit in space. But, Lincoln County moving quick right here. Minute to go in this first half. Hounds up 21-6.
Second down and 7. One wide receiver each way for Horton. Sets to throw, back to pass, loads up and fires, trying to find Davis down the left side. It's hauled in and caught, but he's out of bounds. Can't get the foot down, incomplete.
Man, I tell you.
What a great catch.
Yeah, it's just a great effort right there. Clayton Davis, you've got extra coverage, on him, but I'll tell you, he still finds a way to somehow make it happen, but just a little bit wide right there on the catch. And, again, Hounds reset right here on defense, but Coach Greer, you got to find Clayton Davis. You got to make somebody else, try to make a play right here before the half. 49 seconds to go, 3rd and 7. So big third down. I'm sure, like you say, Ronnie, Patriots in 4-down territory right here.
Davis shaking up on the play. I think he got the air knocked out of him, but Patriots without his service on 3rd and 7. Horton in the shotgun. Twins to the right. Flea flicker. Fires over the middle. In and out of his hands, going to be drugged down by Poor. Good coverage there from the corner on the tight end.
Yeah, just real good coverage right there. Not being fooled right there. Evan Poor, reading the back coming out there and doing a great job. We saw, the receiver number 24, Caleb Morgan, get his hands on the football. But, again, Evan Poor staying with the play, ripping the ball out. So really good job by Evan Poor to get the incompletion and bring up a 4th down for the Patriot offense.
4th and 7 at the Corbin 34. Davis back into the football game. 3 guesses where this ball's going. Horton in the shotgun. Right. 2 tight ends. Back to pass. Sets to throw. Scrambling. Firing over the middle of the field. It's going to be hauled in and caught. Right around the 25-yard line by Davis. Put him on the crossing route across the formation. He just managed to sneak in there and barely get the first down for Lincoln County with 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, clock going to get going right here, but really a good job to kind of settle down in the zone, in the space, and make a catch and move the chains on that big 4th down.
35 seconds left in the first half. Cut away for a commercial break. 21-6 your score. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced a smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless, the Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Not a gimme.
No. 35 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Corbin 21, Lincoln County 6. Here at Campbell Field in the second round of the playoffs. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Lincoln County has the ball 1st and 10, the Red Hound 25 in the red zone. Horton in the shotgun, trips to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right. First time they've emptied on the night. Now to be empty set, 5 wide. Sets to throw, under pressure, fires over the middle, over his head and incomplete.
Wow.
Flag comes down on the play. Gonna call pass interference there. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean, close right there, but looked like, unfortunately for the Hounds, going to be a penalty right there, pass interference. So tough break, 29 seconds to go. Again, Hounds have the football coming out of the second half, so you want to keep, the Patriots out of the end zone right here going into halftime.
Pass interference going to be the call. Whitehead messing with his microphone. We all know the call, man. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
10 yards. Hounds going to set up shop, or Lincoln County going to set up shop at the 12. Now there's an official debate on the actual spot of the football. Call's going to be half the distance to the goal on the call, so they'll go down to the 12-yard line. 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Lincoln in the shotgun. 2 tight ends to the left, 1 wide receiver each way. Running back in the backfield. Play action. Horton sets to throw. Just likes to throw it away. Incomplete, stops the clock at 24 seconds.
Yeah, nobody there right there, but again, a big possession, for both football teams. The Hounds up 21-6 right here in the second quarter. If the Patriots can put a touchdown on the board right here before half, you kind of get within 1 score. But if the Hounds, or get the stop on defense, then you come out, you get the football with a pretty good lead, to start the second half. So huge possession right here for both football teams.
2nd and 10 at the Corbin 12. 2 tight, 2 wide, same set they've been in all game. Horton back to pass. Under pressure, looking, firing, over the middle. Going to be hauled in and caught down at the Corbin 2. Throws a strike to his tight end down to the goal line. Now it's going to be 1st and goal, Lincoln County.
Yeah, and Horton right there, avoiding the rush right there. Hounds getting pretty good pressure, and Horton doing a good job to make the Hounds defense miss, and then fires the strike. So, Patriots really responding right here before the half.
Lincoln County going to take their final timeout of the half. We'll keep it right here before the halftime break. And your score, Corbin 21, Lincoln 6. Lincoln's going to have it 1st and goal down at the Corbin 2. Corbin does get the football back to start the second half.
That's right, yeah. So exactly what I was talking about just a minute ago, Ronnie. Just, you talk about you got 14 seconds to go in the second quarter. Just a really big possession in this football game for both football teams. The Hounds needing a stop right here to kind of keep that little cushion in the lead. But again, the Patriots put one in, in the end zone right here, and then, maybe the momentum swings a little bit, and the Patriots kind of feel like they're back in the football game. So again, right here, huge play, huge possession for both football teams.
Teams out of their respective huddles. Again, 1st and goal, 14 seconds remaining. Lincoln is out of timeout, so they may have to keep it in the air here. Kind of a precarious situation for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Twin wide receivers to the left side, 2 tight ends to the right side. Now he brings Davis in motion. Resets to the right. Looking for him in the flat. Throws to the back of the end zone.
There we go.
Broken up. Excellent play by Mills. That safety spot.
Yeah, and I think it's going to bring up 3rd down right here. So, again, or second down. So, you've got to make plays right here. Even though there's only 13 seconds to go. If you're the Hounds defense, you've got to make plays right here.
2nd down and 2. 2nd and goal from the 2. 8 seconds remaining. Lincoln out of timeouts. And probably going to have to keep it in the air here. They tried to put Davis across the formation and move him into the flat. It was well covered. That was in Longmire's territory. Horton in the shotgun. Now rolling to the left. Pass is batted
there we
down.
Go.
Brody Wells gets a paw on it. That one's also incomplete with 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, really good job right there. Hounds defensive backs, outside backers, inside backers, really doing a good job. And again, coming down to crunch time right here before the half. So look again for the Patriots to try to go Clayton Davis. Coach Greer, I'm sure, going to find number 8, Clayton Davis, right here.
Would be the smart thing to do.
That's right. That's right.
At this point in the football game. Davis now in at quarterback. Keeps it himself across the left side. Stutter steps, punches it in for the touchdown.
My goodness, yeah. Clayton Davis getting the football on the gun snap and just makes a couple people miss, gets in the end zone. So a big touchdown to kind of, like I said a minute ago, to kind of keep the Lincoln Patriots alive right here before halftime.
Brings it 21-12. Lincoln may go for it here to try to make this a 7-point differential.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like the Patriots lining up to, like you said, to try to go for it right here.
Twin wide receivers to the right, 2 tight ends to the left. It's Horton. He brings Davis in motion. Handoff actually going to be an option, and it's a pass to the back of the end zone. Wow. 2-point conversion is good. 1 second left in the first half. It's Corbin 21, Lincoln 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
What's up, y'all? This is Chase Rice hanging outdoors with an ice-cold Mountain Dew. It's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. One thing, there's a rack on your car and a hitch on the back of your truck. There's a garage full of toys from wakeboards to dirt bikes. And there's a cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out and do, hit the lake or the deer stand, a cooler of Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your four-wheeler or your fishing rod. Mountain Dew. Do the do.
1 second remaining in the first half of play. Corbin 21, Lincoln 14 here at Campbell Field. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Lincoln punched it in right before the half and converted. It was on a handoff, option pitch, pass.
Yeah,
conversion. It's a beautiful play.
Yeah, just a great play. I don't even know if I could say that again, but yeah.
That's all I've got.
That's right. Really good play right there by the Patriots. Just using Clayton Davis as a decoy at the end, to complete the pass. So, right here, like I said, Patriots put one in before half, and you kind of reset the football game a little bit. Hounds up 21-14, and do get the ball coming out to start the third quarter.
1 second remaining. Got to imagine this ball's going to be kicked on the ground. Lincoln approaches. It's an onside kick. It's going to be fielded by Huff. And that's going to end your first half of play. At the end of the first half, Corbin 21, Lincoln 14. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
What's your favorite thing about football time in Corbin? The hometown pride, the sound of the cannon that echoes through downtown Corbin with every point scored? Or is it the tradition of taking your family to Mi Casa before the game? In Corbin, it's all about tradition, and that's what you can count on at Mi Casa Mexican Restaurant. A family-friendly, delicious meal with every visit. Stop in and enjoy their patio and weekly specials. Good luck and go Hounds from Mi Casa of Corbin.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and still can be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
The magical season of fall is here with cooler temperatures and shorter days, and that means two things: hunting season and it's football time in the bluegrass. So before you plan your next hunting or fishing trip, stop by southeastern Kentucky's #1 hunting and fishing headquarters, Kentucky Outdoorsman. It's national buying power with the same family-owned small-town customer service to which you've become accustomed. Get equipped for your next outdoor adventure at Kentucky Outdoorsman, located on US Highway 25 between Corbin and London, next to Tri-County Cycle Sales.
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes, dancing, eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
I need 3 garlic butter bacon burgers.
Coming right up.
Will someone grab me some more cheese?
Keep that garlic butter coming.
Burger up.
Order up. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger.
Welcome back to halftime. It's your halftime break. Corbin 21, Lincoln County 14. JB Cutover, special announcement going out to the Young Hounds and Red Hound Nation.
That's right, special announcement tonight. That's right, Red Hound Nation. Just want to give a shout out to all my players out there. Our Corbin Middle School, going into battle tomorrow night at East Jessamine High School for the state championship. And just want to give a shout out to all you guys out there. Hoping you're having fun watching the Hounds tonight. Stay in a hotel tonight at Richmond. And just to kind of talk a little bit about how the middle school Hounds season has went. Hounds perfect on the season, 14-0, looking for one more win tomorrow to go 15-0. Also this season, conference champions, of course, won the Cumberland Valley Conference this year, so great job winning the conference as well. And so, when you look at last year's season, Hounds won the state title. Middle school Hounds won the state title last year, perfect on the season. And if the Hounds tomorrow win, another state title, the Hounds will have come up with 23 straight games, looking to go 24. So with the Hounds back-to-back titles with their second straight title. Another stat, and the last stat, if the Hounds win tomorrow, they will have won 8 state championships, which, of course, in Kentucky Middle School Football Association, that gives the Hounds, of course, the record. So Kings in middle school football, the 8th grade Hounds. And so just want to invite, everybody out in Red Hound Nation, show up tomorrow at East Jessamine High School, 4 p.m., middle school Hounds looking to go perfect on the season and notch another title, to move on and, just cap a great season. So can't be more proud of the guys. Looking forward to getting back after halftime, after the football game tonight, and getting on the road to Richmond. So tip my hat to you guys. We'll be back in Richmond here in a little bit, and just so proud of the football players and the young men that you guys are. Thanks a lot.
There you have it. Good luck, guys. Bring it home for Corbin tomorrow night. State championship game tomorrow. Corbin going for the back-to-back repeat.
That's right.
Here at the varsity level, Corbin's up 21-14 over Lincoln at the halftime break. We're going to cut away for 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
If you're looking for a better night's sleep, Sammy's Furniture has the perfect mattress for you. Whether it's combining the support of an innerspring mattress with the comfort of memory foam with a Sealy hybrid, or the all-night cooling of the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, or the unparalleled design and craftsmanship of a Stearns & Foster, Sammy's Furniture is here to help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. That's Sammy's Furniture and Sleep Shop, open 7 days a week. Visit our store to find your perfect mattress today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Deidre Pennington, and I invite you to discover the difference at Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage. We offer digital x-ray with instant imaging for the most specific solution to your problem. The Atlas orthogonal technique offers a gentle and precise adjustment with no twisting of the neck or spine. Pennington Wellness has a friendly staff and relaxing spa-like atmosphere.
Trust our Grammy. We do.
We've all been there, out and about, and you see someone and you just can't seem to remember their name. This happens to just about all of us, but it shouldn't with your doctor. Today it is so convenient to see a provider who doesn't know your name, let alone your medical history. Your family needs a primary care provider who knows you and meets all of your family's needs. Jane's Family Practice is now open and located on Master Street in Corbin. Stop in for school physicals, women's care, men's health screenings, regular checkups, and when you just aren't feeling your best. Call and schedule an appointment today with Jane's Family Practice at 280-4000. That's 280-4000.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced a smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless. The Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What's up, y'all? This is Chase Rice, hanging outdoors with an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's a rack on your car and a hitch on the back of your truck. There's a garage full of toys, from wakeboards to dirt bikes. And there's a cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out and do, hit the lake or the deer stand, a cooler of Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your four-wheeler or your fishing rod. Mountain Dew. Do the do.
What's your favorite thing about football time in Corbin? The hometown pride, the sound of the cannon that echoes through downtown Corbin with every point scored? Or is it the tradition of taking your family to Mi Casa before the game? In Corbin, it's all about tradition, and that's what you can count on at Mi Casa Mexican Restaurant. A family-friendly, delicious meal with every visit. Stop in and enjoy their patio and weekly specials. Good luck and go Hounds from Mi Casa of Corbin.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name-brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and still can be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
On the line, I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth going over the offensive first half staff. Cam Combs, Hounds not putting the ball in the air too much tonight. 3 of 4 for 42 yards, being very efficient with the football. Curry's got a reception for 29 yards. Patterson's got 3 for 22 yards. On the ground, Combs kept it himself 3 times for 9 yards. Seth Mills has 3 carries for 8 yards. Huff has carried the rock 10 times, 91 yards, 3 touchdowns on the night. So another great night for the Double Deuce. Corbin's been flagged with 4 flags. Lincoln County flagged with 1. No turnovers tonight, but Corbin has blocked a punt for the second time in 3 football games.
Yeah, and you look at the stats again. Seth Huff, just kind of leading the way for the Hounds. The last game, these two teams met. Seth Huff, 15 carries, 101 yards, and so tonight again, already in the first half, like you said, Ronnie, 10 carries, 91 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So right now, the Hounds' running game is kind of running through Seth Huff, doing a great job. So again, Hounds get the football right here, coming out in the second half. And like I said a minute ago, that was a huge score for the Lincoln County Patriots right before halftime. So, your Coach Greer, Coach Elam, come out right here. You get the football. You want to set the tone early. You take the football in, you score another one, and kind of set the tone for this second half. So, very important possession to me coming out right here for the Hounds on offense after halftime.
3 minutes until we kick it right back off here at Campbell Field. Again, your score 21-14, Red Hounds. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
The magical season of fall is here with cooler temperatures and shorter days, and that means 2 things: hunting season and it's football time in the Bluegrass. So before you plan your next hunting or fishing trip, stop by southeastern Kentucky's #1 hunting and fishing headquarters, Kentucky Outdoorsman. It's national buying power with the same family-owned small-town customer service to which you've become accustomed. Get equipped for your next outdoor adventure at Kentucky Outdoorsman, located on US Highway 25 between Corbin and London, next to Tri-County Cycle Sales.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes, dancing, eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
If you're looking for a better night's sleep, Sammy's Furniture has the perfect mattress for you. Whether it's combining the support of an innerspring mattress with the comfort of memory foam with a Sealy hybrid, or the all-night cooling of the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, or the unparalleled design and craftsmanship of a Stearns & Foster, Sammy's Furniture is here to help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. That's Sammy's Furniture and Sleep Shop, open 7 days a week. Visit our store to find your perfect mattress today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Deidre Pennington, and I invite you to discover the difference at Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage. We offer digital x-ray with instant imaging for the most specific solution to your problem. The Atlas orthogonal technique offers a gentle and precise adjustment with no twisting of the neck or spine. Pennington Wellness offers a family-friendly atmosphere.
Trust our Grammy. What do you do?
We've all been there, out and about, and you see someone and you just can't seem to remember their name. This happens to just about all of us, but it shouldn't with your doctor. Today it is so convenient to see a provider who doesn't know your name, let alone your medical history. Your family needs a primary care provider who knows you and meets all of your family's needs. Jane's Family Practice is now open and located on Master Street in Corbin. Stop in for school physicals, women's care, men's health screenings, regular checkups, and when you just aren't feeling your best. Call and schedule an appointment today with Jane's Family Practice at 280-4000. That's 280-4000.
Welcome back to halftime break. Again, Corbin on the field warming up. 3 minutes till we kick it back off here at Campbell Field. Just giving you a score update. Corbin 21, Lincoln County 14. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107. Yep.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced a smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless. The Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
What's up, y'all? This is Chase Rice hanging outdoors with an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's a rack on your car and a hitch on the back of your truck. There's a garage full of toys from wakeboards to dirt bikes. And there's a cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out and do, you know, hit the lake or the deer stand, a cooler of Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your four-wheeler or your fishing rod. Mountain Dew. Do the do.
What's your favorite thing about football time in Corbin? The hometown pride, the sound of the cannon that echoes through downtown Corbin with every point scored? Or is it the tradition of taking your family to Mi Casa before the game? In Corbin, it's all about tradition, and that's what you can count on at Mi Casa Mexican Restaurant. A family-friendly, delicious meal with every visit. Stop in and enjoy their patio and weekly specials. Good luck and go Hounds from Mi Casa of Corbin.
Hometown Bank is proud of their name because Hometown Bank is proud of the hometowns they're in. In fact, their name is their mission, which is to take care of the communities in which they work and live. Hometown Bank is always here to help, so if you're buying a house, remodeling your kitchen, or need a home equity loan to combine other debt, come see Hometown Bank and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you've been in business since 1954, you have to be doing something right. At Owens Auto Repair, they believe in honesty, service, and that hard work can still get you somewhere. Owens offers a complete line of truck and auto parts, as well as their custom-made hydraulic hoses, weather guard toolboxes, utility beds, and Sherwin-Williams auto paint. They also offer auto repair for cars, trucks, and RVs, and of course have top name-brand tires. And they do towing and recovery. Owens Auto Repair, located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway.
Bring you back to second half action here at Campbell Field District Championship game. Corbin locking horns with the Patriots of Lincoln County. Red Hounds have the advantage right now, 21-14 to start the second half of play. Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And JB, right now the Hounds 3 possessions.
That's right.
3 touchdowns.
Yes.
Stick to the game plan. Slow, get a couple stops, and Corbin can march on in this one.
Yeah, exactly. You just want to kind of, like you said, stick to the game plan right here. Hound's going to receive the football. So, look for Seth Huff and company, running the football, controlling time of possession, control the clock. And, a score right here really goes a long way to me, in this football game. So look for the Hounds to attack. I know, Coach Greer, Coach Elam always make great adjustments at halftime. So should, some good things should happen right here for the Hounds.
Towns on to kick it off for the Patriots. Elam back deep to receive. Ball is on the ground. Going to be fielded at the 25-yard line, up to the 30, to the 35. Carter Stewart on the return. Gets it up to his own 36-yard line. That's where the Red Hounds will start their first offensive possession of the half.
Yeah, Hounds take over right here, and even though, the Hounds receiving the football, still really pretty good field position to start this drive in the second half. So, again, look for Cam Combs and company, kind of lean on that running game, lean on Seth Huff, lean on Seth Mills, and the big offensive front for the Hounds, that big offensive line to try to attack the defense of the Patriots.
1st and 10 at the Corbin 36-yard line. Combs opens the drive in the shotgun, trips to his left, one wide receiver to the right. Huff is his running back, offset to his right as well. He gets the call on first down. Up to the 40.
There he goes.
Up to the 50. Up to the 40.
There he goes.
Up to the 30. Down to the 20-yard line. Big run to start the first half from Seth Huff. He's over 100 yards on the night.
Yeah, just a huge run right there. And looking at the stats, probably going to, like we said in the pregame, probably going to go over 1,000 if that doesn't put him over the 1,000-yard mark. So again, the Hounds come right out in the trip set, the full trip set, and just go right around the left side. Get good blocking by the wide receivers as well as the offensive line, and then Seth Huff does the rest. So great job by the Hounds to start this third quarter.
Needs 155. He's at 135, 20 yards away from a 1,000-yard rushing season for Seth Huff.
Yeah, and the awesome thing about it, he missed a couple, or 4 games, I think, 3 or 4 games. So
Mills
Seth Huff,
is 8 yards from 1,000
yards. Yes.
Combs empties the backfield on first down. Quarterback draw up the gut, nothing there. Fights back to the original line of scrimmage, might have got a yard out of the carry, sets up 2nd and 9 for this offense.
Yeah, so Cam Combs, you look at the running game, you look at the passing game. Cam Combs has been a great decision maker all season long, only thrown 1 interception. But then on the other side, the running game, the Hounds are going to have, before this night is over, probably 2 backs that have rushed for over 1,000 yards each. So really, really good job by the Hounds offense to build up yards, build up points through the passing game and the running game.
Same formation, trip set for this offense on 2nd and 9. Huff's going to get the call across the left side. Still probing, still grinding inside the 10. Down to the 5, where he'll be brought to rest. 15-yard gain, that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, just another good run around the left side again. And Seth Huff, he kind of knows when to hold him, knows when to fold him. Kind of gets a really good patient run right there, and then at the end just really finishes the run. So another really good run by Seth Huff, and the Hounds doing just what what they needed to do right here out of the half. Respond, put points on the board, and set the tone early in this second half.
1st and goal at the Lincoln County 6. Huff and Mills flanking Combs on either side. Handoff's going to go to Mills. Across the right. Knifing towards the end zone. He's in there for the touchdown.
There we go. And again, Seth Mills, Seth Huff, the kind of the two-headed monster, Thunder and Lightning, doing a great job to put points on the board. And, you couldn't draw it up any better for the Hounds offense in the second round of the playoffs. You double the score right here. You make the extra point. Hounds can go up 28-14 on the Lincoln County Patriots.
Baker and company on for the extra point try. 4th rushing touchdown from this offense on the night. Elam will hold. Snap is down. Kick is up and away. It's good. 10-14 remaining in the third quarter of play. Corbin leads Lincoln 28-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Thank you.
Just 8.
So 8.
Our world has dramatically changed over the past couple of years. We've all had to adjust to these changing times. But one thing has not changed is the fact that the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales is still serving southeastern Kentucky with the same quality products and service after the sale since 1968. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Polaris are the biggest names in off-road adventure and still can be found at Tri-County Cycle Sales. For your next ATV or side-by-side, stop by the place where time has stood still. Tri-County Cycle Sales, located between Corbin and London on US 25 across from Kentucky Outdoorsman.
Corbin extends its lead 28-14 over Lincoln County. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. 4 rushing touchdowns for the Red Hound offense tonight. That's the statement on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, if you want to know what the Hounds, specialty is on offense, all you got to do is look at the totals, and they're going to run the football at you to kind of set up the big play down the field.
Baker kicks it off, slips on the kick, going to be fielded at the 10. Up to the 20, up to the 30, up to the 40, up to the 50. That's Davis tripped up from behind at the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Big kickoff return from Clayton Davis. That was not the play design. Baker lost his traction there as he was letting loose of the football, and it kind of went short on him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm no doubt about it. You never, when you're lining up in the kicking game, the Hounds do not want to kick it to Clayton Davis. And like you said, Jacob Baker slipped a little bit, and the ball went to Davis. So, if you get the ball in Davis's hands in special teams, you saw what happens right there. So, Hounds defense, dial it in right here, get the Patriots stopped on this drive.
1st and 10 at the Red Hound 25. Horton in the shotgun, wide receiver split out each side. Handoff going to go up the middle. Tiptoes ahead. Down about the 22-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the first down carry.
Yeah, and again, another tackle right there. Zane Hammett coming up from his outside linebacker spot, to get the runner down. But, the Hounds come out of there, out of the second half, and they score. But the Patriots firing right back with Clayton Davis. So Hounds just need to get the stop, settle down in the second half.
2nd and about 7. Too tight, too wide. Handoff going across the left side. The 20 takes a shot at the 16. Wow, he took a big lick on that one.
Yeah, and to me, I couldn't see who got him on the back end, but right there again, number 15, Evan Poore. Anytime Evan Poore is, in the vicinity, there's liable to be a big hit. And right there, Evan Poore delivers, and then it looked like Seth Mills actually came in to finish the runner off. But big hits all the way around the field on defense for the Hounds.
3rd down, 2 to go. Davis checks in at quarterback. 2 tight ends in the football game. He's going to keep it across the left side. He's got the first down. Second effort's going to put him down around the 12. Should be more than enough for the first down, Lincoln County.
Yeah, I think so. And again, like you just said, Ronnie, Clayton Davis in at quarterback. When he lines up at quarterback, he's going to carry the football. So Hounds knowing that defensively, but still can't find Clayton Davis before the Patriots move the chains.
8:30 left in the third quarter. It's Corbin 28, Lincoln 14. Lincoln has the ball and driving, 1st and 10 at the Red Hound 12-yard line. Twin wide receivers split out to the right, 2 tight ends to the left. Davis going to keep it across the left side, slips a tackle at the 10. Slips another tackle. He's going to walk it in for the touchdown. Wow.
All I know to say after that is, how did he do that? I mean, unbelievable. Just thought the Hounds had him kind of boxed in, and somehow, some way, he puts his foot in the dirt and gets out to the sideline and puts points on the board. So, again, Clayton Davis doing it all for the Lincoln County Patriots.
Worth the price of admission. Davis has almost 1,000 yards rushing, has well over 1,000 yards receiving.
Yes.
He made the final cut for Mr. Football voting in the Cross Kentucky for seniors in the Commonwealth, is in the class of the Commonwealth. Top 21 players in all of Kentucky football.
Yeah, just unreal. Unreal.
3rd touchdown of the night for him. Towns on for the PAT try. Snap is down. Kick is up and away. This one's good. 8:12 left in the third quarter of play. Corbin leads 28-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football, T107.
The magical season of fall is here with cooler temperatures and shorter days, and that means two things: hunting season and it's football time in the Bluegrass. So before you plan your next hunting or fishing trip, stop by southeastern Kentucky's #1 hunting and fishing headquarters, Kentucky Outdoorsman. It's national buying power with the same family-owned small-town customer service to which you've become accustomed. Get equipped for your next outdoor adventure at Kentucky Outdoorsman, located on U.S. Highway 25 between Corbin and London, next to Tri-County Cycle Sales.
8:12 remaining in the third quarter. District final on the line. Corbin leads Lincoln 28-21. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Clayton Davis, third touchdown of the night for him. Got the Corbin lead cut to 7 here in the third quarter of play.
Yeah, it's almost like, Hounds versus Lincoln County Patriots or Hounds versus Clayton Davis. I mean, Clayton Davis show, like you said, Ronnie. So, Hounds still in control of the football game, up 28-21. Kickoff coming right here. So see how the Hounds offense responds right here, about halfway mark through the third quarter.
Kick is on the ground. Going to be fielded by Mills at the 35. He's going to reverse field to his home sideline.
There he goes.
40, at the 50, at the 40, where he's going to be wrestled down from behind. Corbin will start 1st and 10 from the Lincoln County 38-yard line.
Yeah, and we saw the action of Clayton Davis. Well, Seth Mills says, I can do that too, and puts his foot in the dirt and gets around the left side and gets a big gain. So, 8 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Hounds up 28-21, but again, great starting field position for the Hounds offense right here.
Corbin has had 3 drives starting on the right side of the 50 tonight. Special teams, big factor in tonight's game, as they all are down the wire. Combs opens up in the shotgun, trips to the left, one running back to the left. Handoff goes to Huff across the right side. He'll tunnel into this defense. He'll pick up 2 or 3 on the first down run.
Yeah, another good run right in there, a good hard run, a hard-earned 3 or 4 yards. But, again, I zero in right here, Ronnie. Again, we see Travion Longmire kind of split out to the right side, one-on-one coverage. See if Coach Elam maybe tries to dial up maybe a play to kind of get Travion the football out here in space.
2nd down and 7. Combs making audibles. Corbin going no huddle tonight, but not very up-tempo in the no huddle. Trips to the left, one wide receiver to the right. Huff is the running back. He's resting to Combs' right as well. Back to pass, fires, slant route. Hits Longmire in the hands, in and out of his hands, and incomplete. Had single coverage on the backside of the formation. Couldn't capitalize on the slant pattern.
Yeah, and that's what that running game does. You got Seth Huff back there hitting it up inside in between the tackles, and, the Patriots need all the defenders they can in the box to stop the running game. So it creates a one-on-one out here with Travion, but unfortunately Cam Combs and company and Travion unable to connect right there for the big play.
3rd and 7 at the Lincoln 35. Same formation for Corbin. Takes the handoff, keeps it himself on the play action. Might have picked up 2 yards. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, big 4th down right here. And ball spotted right around, looks like the 35-yard line right in there. So, Hounds look maybe to try to go for the first down, of course, and try to keep the chains moving. So a big play. Hounds up 7 halfway through this third quarter. Huge play for the Hounds offense to see if they can keep this drive alive.
In these football games, when you're heavily favored, you let a team hang around.
That's right.
The confidence just grows and grows.
You're exactly right. Just kind of snowballs on you.
4th and 6. Combs in the shotgun, back to pass, flag down on the play. Thrown from the line judge on the home sideline. Offsides, Lincoln County lined up in the neutral zone. That dramatically changes the nature of this 4th down call.
Yeah, huge break right there for the Hounds, and almost gets it, looks like if you look at the yard marker there, a 4th and maybe about 1. So really changes the dynamic of this 4th down play call.
Might see a change up in personnel. Corbin does like to go to the Wildcat on 4th down yardage. I think they will here.
Yeah, looks like Hound subbing in the big guys right there. You know,
The beef.
subbing in the beef. That's right. And probably Seth Huff time. You got about half a yard for the first down. Hounds really needing to keep the football moving right here.
Result of the play going to be a first down. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was about 6 yards right there, but somehow the Hounds pick up the first down on the penalty. So really, really good fortunate break for the Hounds right there to move the chains.
Corbin will take it for sure.
That's right.
1st and 10 at the Lincoln 33-yard line. Corbin goes back to its base offensive package. Trips to the left. Huff in at running back. He'll also go to the left. Flag down on the play. I think Corbin took too long to get the play off. Nope, timeout Corbin before play clock hit 0. So 5:59 left in the third quarter. Corbin 28, Lincoln 21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
I need 3 garlic butter bacon burgers.
Coming right up.
Will someone grab me some more cheese? Keep that garlic butter coming.
Burger up.
Order up. Sonic garlic butter bacon burger. I need a mocha crunch blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the mocha fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic mocha crunch blast.
First and 10 here in the third quarter. Combs gets the ball, fires the screen to Patterson in the flat. Hauled in and caught. He'll advance it up right around the Lincoln County 20-yard line. Nice gain there on the screen play.
Yeah, real good job right there, just out to Patterson. And, the Hounds have weapons all over the field. So, the Hounds have leaned on the running game tonight with Huff and Mills and even Cam Combs. But anytime you want to, you can fire a ball out to the right. You can fire one out to the left. And, Hounds taking advantage right there, putting the ball in Dakota Patterson's hands.
Second down, 3 to go. One running back on either side of Combs. He's going to hand off to Mills across the right side. Picks up a good block from Huff. Still trying to find some wiggle room. He'll be forced out of bounds right around the original line of scrimmage. Lincoln County strung that out nicely.
Yeah, and you're right. That was a really, really good block on the edge by Seth Huff. And a lot of times, you don't see the running backs kind of do such a good job blocking. But Seth Huff really, kind of sprung Mills in that run. So, brings up a second and about third down and about 3 right here. So makes it third and manageable for the Hounds offense.
Third down and 2. Combs making the adjustments. He's got twins to his left, one wide receiver to the right. Huff and Mills join him in the backfield. Huff gets the call here on third down, trying to find some running room across the left side. He's going to be bottled up at the 20. Nowhere to go there. Now brings up a very big 4th down.
Yeah, another huge 4th down right here. We saw the Hounds all night long have a lot of success running the football around that left side, but right there, the Patriots doing a good job to close in fast to create a 4th down. So, again, probably 4 down territory for the Hounds offense right here.
4th down, big play right here in this football game. 2 yards needed. Mills is in at the Wildcat. Patterson and Longmire both out wide. Brings Longmire in motion, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the gut. Extends the football. This one's going to be very close. This is going to come down to a measurement. Looks like the spot's right around the 18. That's right around where he needs to be.
Yeah,
it's going to come down to a measurement.
Yeah, it's all over it right here. Officials definitely probably going to measure. So, Hounds pointing first down, Patriots point. Oh, wow, they get the stop right here.
Lincoln County's defense holds on 4th down. This now becomes a very interesting football game.
It does, and to me, Ronnie, one of JB keys to the game. I go back to the pregame. JB keys to the game, and I know it's a lot easier said than done, but zero in on Clayton Davis. Make somebody else make the play. I'm just glad I don't have to be a part of that, because I'll tell you, Clayton Davis has been everything tonight for the Patriots.
Timeout on the field. Looks like they may measure it now after they may be measuring just to reset the chains.
Yeah.
They're measuring for the actual determine if there's a first down or not. Coach Greer is out there objecting, asking for the measurement nonetheless. Really not sure what
just kind of
what this crew's doing.
Trying to figure it out right here. Of course, if you're Coach Greer, you definitely want to try to get a measurement.
Oh, yes.
But really, I don't think they're going to measure first down Patriots right here.
Coach Greer's objection is overruled.
That's right.
Lincoln County will take over 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Lincoln's on a surge right now.
Yes. Well, you said it, Ronnie. You let a football team hang around and they build momentum, just, exactly what you said.
Davis is checked in at quarterback for the Patriots. Goes with the handoff across the left side.
There we
Nothing
go.
There, he's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard on the carry. Flag down on the play. That one might be going against Lincoln.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looked like the runner for Lincoln County took a big hit right there. Evan Poor, Brody Wells makes a hit, but I don't think he liked the hit. So maybe a break right here and a really good penalty right here for the Hounds defense.
Officials will conference here. This is a crew we like to call very judicious.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Take their time on.
They're really figuring it out. That's right.
Makes it hard on the radio crew.
Yeah.
Get you the call. White Hat going to deliver the infraction here as soon as he gets the old microphone working.
Yeah, and a lot of the Lincoln County Patriots fans, right here in front of us looking on, probably not going to like this call right here.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Going against Lincoln County. And that is, if you're Lincoln County, that's not the call you can afford. It was a late hit after the whistle.
I think so. I mean,
it was a tremendous acting job, perhaps.
Yes. I mean, I've seen worse late hits before, but it was a little bit late. There's no doubt about it. And the officials throw the flag right there. And you look at the penalty count. The Hounds have had more flags on the Hounds than the Patriots. So just a really good break right there for the Hounds defense.
Dead ball makes it 2nd and 19. Horton in a quarterback, got a wide receiver split out each side. Going to keep it on the ground on 2nd and long. Nothing there. He might have got a yard or two.
Yeah, not much up inside right there. And looked like Mikey Neal coming up to make the hit. And looked like maybe number 55 for the Hounds, Sean Brummett up in there. So, Hounds defensive line still working hard, creating a 3rd and long. So really, really good opportunity right here for the Hounds to get the 3 and out and get off the field right here.
3rd and 17 for Lincoln County. 4 wide receivers split out on the field. Now it's going to be 5 as he pins a man in motion. Horton back to pass, navigating the pocket, rolling to the right, has a receiver wide open, can't set his feet to throw. Throws it over the middle of the field. And
there we go.
At the 20, at the 10. He'll walk it in for the touchdown.
Wow, great job right there. Just Horton kind of scrambling around a lot and just couldn't really find anybody, knowing he kind of had to hang in the pocket a little bit or hang on the edge to try to make the first down. But Seth Mills, again, we talked about the ball hawks of the Hounds defense. Just a ton of turnovers on the season. Seth Mills delivers a big play right there for the Hounds defense. Touchdown, Hounds.
Mills shaken up after the play. I think he went down with a cramp in the end zone. They'll tend to him in the end zone. Just a great play there. That was a poor decision to throw the football back across the grain of the defense. That's where a really good secondary is going to pick you off.
Yeah, exactly. Almost the ball, when you do that, like you said, Ronnie, the ball kind of floats a little bit, and Seth Mills just does a great job finding the loose ball. We talked about it all season long. Hounds, 24 turnovers on the season, make that 25 on the season. And, Hounds just really doing a good job to create turnovers on defense. And then right there we see the Hounds defense turn turn it into points. So great job right there to kind of give the Hounds a little bit of a cushion late in this third quarter.
Baker on. Mills leaves under his own power. Gives the thumbs up, just a cramp. Baker on to add the extra point. Make this a 2-touchdown differential. Snap is high, but it's handled. Kick is up and away, and it's good. 2:59 left in the third quarter. It's Corbin 35, Lincoln 21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Dreaming about enjoying time on the lake but need a boat? Or planning a road trip but not sure which RV is right for you and your family? Wildcat RV and Marine can help. With our selection of Keystone and Crossroads RVs and Mercury Low boats, we can get you in the great outdoors. We're a family-owned RV and Marine dealer with professionally trained sales and service departments. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect RV or boat and keep it on the road or in the water. Wildcat RV and Marine, just off I-75 in Corbin, or online at wildcatrvandmarine.com.
.259 remaining in the third quarter. Corbin extends their lead 35-21. Pick six from Seth Mills takes it to the house from his safety spot. Corbin extends their lead to 2 scores. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. And Corbin badly needed that turnover pick six score, JB. Put a little more breather on this one.
Yeah, just a little bit of a cushion. And, you look at the stats, that was pick number 7 on the season for Sawyer Horton. So, sometimes he'll put the ball in harm's way, that's for sure.
Baker kicks high, end over end kick, going to be fielded in the end zone. That's a touchback. Lincoln County will start 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and like you just mentioned, Ronnie, just a good break right there, and a great play. You create your own breaks, and Seth Mills did a great job, finding the football, finding the ball in the air, and getting the pick six. So Hounds, get the 2-touchdown lead, 35-21 right here, almost third quarter, 2:59 left in the third quarter. So Hounds defense kind of, like you said, catches their breath a little bit and gets to reset right here.
1st and 10, Davis now in at quarterback. Keeps it himself, trying to find some running room in the teeth of the Red Hound defense. He'll find a little bit, 3 or 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, look like Brody Wells, Joe Brown getting off the bottom of the pile again. Joe Brown having a really good game tonight, as well as Brody Wells. So, again, good to see the Hounds defense kind of, again, zeroing in on Clayton Davis, the guy that can hurt you the most for the Patriots.
Sets up 2nd and 6. Go back to the normal Horton, the pocket passer at quarterback. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers on the field. Has a wing each way. Now he motions the wing to the right side. Handoff going up the gut. Not a lot there. He'll probe it forward to the 25. Not much else. Picks up about 2 on the carry.
Yeah, number 56, good work inside by number 56, Troy Faulkner, in the defensive line. Again, that front 4, the Hounds have a little bit of a rotation up there. You see Carter Severe in the game, just Troy Faulkner. Now Joe Brown checking out, and Carter Severe coming in. So, the rotation keeps those guys fresh and lets them, kind of control the line of scrimmage for the Hounds defense.
3rd and 5. Horton at quarterback. 2 tight ends to the left, 1 wide receiver split out each way. Play action. Sets to throw. Going to be wrapped up and sacked in the backfield. Severe coming off the edge for the quarterback stop.
Yeah, just a good job right there. Carter Severe just checked in the game, puts his hand in the dirt, rushes the passer, and gets a sack. And, just a really, really big play right there for the Hounds defense, and a really tough play for the Lincoln County Patriots, looking to try to build a little bit of momentum right there. But the Hounds defense, you really shut down the Patriots.
Davis in punt formation. Got to be hesitant for the fake. Mills standing on his own 50-yard line. High snap. Puts the toe to it. End over end kick. Mills going to let it go. It lands at the 40 and takes a Patriot bounce. It'll roll out of bounds right at the Red Hound 30-yard line. Good kick there for Lincoln County. 50 yards total on the kick.
Yeah, a good punt right there. Like you said, almost flips the field a little bit. But, the high-powered Hounds offense coming on the field right here have 35 points, in this third quarter, almost over and counting. So Hounds averaging right at 45 a game, so right on their average right here. Look for the Hounds to attack and add on to the score.
Combs and company will open the drive, 1st and 10. Their own 30-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Trips to the right. One wide receiver to the left. Huffs in at running back. Combs is in the shotgun. Sets the throw. Fires over the middle. Almost intercepted. Trying to find Carter Stewart on the drag pattern. Almost picked off by the linebacker reading the play.
Yeah, almost a really, really tough break for the Hounds offense. And Cam Combs, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, only thrown one interception all season long. That ball kind of hung up there with the, kind of off the fingertips. But Cam Combs, great decision maker in the passing game, and only one pick, like I said, on the season. So anytime you've got the football in Cam Combs' hands, he's usually going to make a great decision.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Trips flip to the left. Combs will hand it off up the gut. Not a lot of running room there. He might have got a couple yards.
Yeah, and you look at the running game right there. We saw, in the first half, Seth Huff all over the place running the football, but it seems like in the last couple possessions, the Patriots have kind of dialed in a little bit on Seth Huff. So, again, 3rd down right here. Big 3rd down in this football game as the third quarter comes to an end.
Corbin going to be content to take this one into the 4th quarter. So 3 in the books and 1 to go. Your score, Corbin 35, Lincoln County 21. We'll be back with 4th quarter action in 60 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
If you're looking for a better night's sleep, Sammy's Furniture has the perfect mattress for you. Whether it's combining the support of an innerspring mattress with the comfort of memory foam with a Sealy hybrid, or the all-night cooling of the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, or the unparalleled design and craftsmanship of a Stearns & Foster, Sammy's Furniture is here to help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. That's Sammy's Furniture and Sleep Shop, open 7 days a week. Visit our store to find your perfect mattress today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Deidre Pennington, and I invite you to discover the difference at Pennington Wellness, Chiropractic, and Massage. We offer digital x-ray with instant imaging for the most specific solution to your problem. The Atlas orthogonal technique offers a gentle and precise adjustment with no twisting of the neck or spine. Pennington Wellness has a friendly staff and relaxing spa-like atmosphere.
Trust our Grammy. We do!
At the start of the 4th quarter, Corbin leads Lincoln County 35-21. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Combs will open up in the shotgun on 3rd and long. Trips to his left. One wide receiver to his right. Huffs in at running back here on 3rd and long. Combs fakes the handoff. Now rolls to his left. Fires the left sideline. Going to be overthrown and incomplete. Trying to find Curry on the corner route. Corbin going to be forced to punt the football away.
Yeah, punt the football away right here. And, again, Hounds up, a couple scores, 35-21 to start this 4th quarter. So, you don't find anything right there on offense. Can't move the chains. We'll punt it away right here. Jacob Baker should flip the field for the Hounds defense. Set the Hounds up really good right here in good position.
Baker on in punt formation. Davis back standing on his own 30-yard line. Would not be shocked to see this football go out of bounds.
That's exactly what I was thinking, kind of angle it out of bounds a little bit there, away from number 8, Clayton Davis.
Baker fields the punt cleanly. Gets a rocket off. It is in the air, lands at the 30, and takes a Lincoln County bounce. It'll be down at the Lincoln 37-yard line. Really high hang time kick, but took an unfortunate roll.
Yeah, almost kind of checked up there and bounced back. But, again, the Hounds defense comes out, have been really have done a good job the last possession or two. So again, Coach Greer, Coach Mills, you just want to keep away from the big play right here in this fourth quarter. Make the Patriots, if they get any points, make the Patriots earn it right here, to start this fourth quarter.
Lincoln will open up their drive in the shotgun. Davis is checked in at quarterback. 2 tight ends to the left. That's where he'll keep it himself. Trying to find some running room.
There we
He's going to get
go.
leveled at the 40-yard line. Picks up about 3 yards on the keeper.
Yeah, good job. Looked like Joe Brown again, like we said earlier, having a great game. And then number 23, Brandon Baker for the Hounds, coming up making a hit. So, like we said a minute ago, the Patriots have kind of dialed in on the Hounds, Seth Huff, the running back for the Hounds. Well, the Hounds doing a little bit of better job against Clayton Davis right here to start this fourth quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Horton in at quarterback. Twin wide receivers to his right, 2 tight ends to the left. Has 1 running back joining him, sends a tight end in motion to form trips to his left. Now he'll roll. Sets the throw. He's under pressure.
There we go.
Sacked in the backfield.
Wow.
Sack number 2 from Carter Sevier.
Yeah, just a good job right there, Carter Sevier. Almost keeping that contained. Horton not able to find the receiver down the field, and Carter just did a great job right there, closing in for the sack. So really good pressure up front by the Hounds defensive line and Carter Sevier.
3rd and long. Both offenses kind of stalling out right now.
Yeah, just kind of sputtering a little bit. You're right, on both sides of the football, and kind of defenses having their way right here, late in this football game.
Horton's in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. He has trips to his right, 1 wide receiver to his left. Now sends his running back to the right. Sets the throw, fires. Going to be hauled in and caught at the 45, at the 40, down to the Red Hound 35-yard line. First down, Lincoln County.
Yeah, and, even though we saw look like number 24, Caleb Morgan, making the catch right there, all designed by Clayton Davis, coming across the middle, drawing 2 defenders away, and then, Sawyer Horton, the quarterback for the Patriots, did a great job right there to find number 24, Caleb Morgan.
That's the play. It was open when he threw the pick a drive
That's
ago.
right. That's right.
Went back to the well, and it paid off. Bunch set to the right. Handoff going to go up the middle. Mikey Neal is going to deliver a shot to him in the back. Wow, he's a little shaken up after that one.
Man, I tell you, yeah, just talk about laying the wood to you. Mikey Neal, the Mike linebacker, probably at 94 tackles before the football game. I'm sure, we've said his name a lot tonight, going over the 100 tackle mark, for the freshman Mike linebacker right there. Mikey Neal just doing a great job inside for the Hounds defense.
That tackle will set up 2nd and 10 at the Corbin 33. Tight bunch set to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Horton fires in the flat to Davis at the 35, at the 30, keeps his feet. They're going to mark him out of bounds just shy of the first down. Picks up about 6 or 7. Now there's a flag down on the play. It's back at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not sure what the flag would be. Looks like, again, kind of gathering here to make a call, but seeing what the official saw. But again, another little screen, just any way the Patriots can get the ball in Clayton Davis's hands, that's what they're trying to do. And again, a pretty good game for Clayton Davis, but looks like maybe a break for the Hounds right here on the penalty.
And they're always kind of the last ones to know.
Yeah.
10-8 on the play call pending the penalty. Holding. Hands to the face actually go. It's not a hold. It's hands to the face call against the Corbin defense. That's usually in the defensive line area you see that call.
Right, yeah. Somebody gets a hands to the face, and actually, a break for the Patriots. Thought the call may go, on the offense for the Patriots, but actually, again, first down, move the chain. So 9 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Hounds up 35-21. And again, you just want to kind of make the Patriots earn it. You don't give up a big play. Let the clock run. You want to see the clock get to 0 in a hurry. But Hounds defense really needing to stop right here.
Result of the penalty, first down Lincoln County. Operating at the Corbin 23-yard line. Horton in at quarterback. He'll have trips to his left. They're in a tight bunch set. 1 wide receiver to the right. Quarterback keeper across the right side.
There we go.
He's going to take a licking for it. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he did. Maybe lost a yard on the keeper.
Yeah, just a good job by the Hounds defense. Finding Horton there, Mikey Neal, Carter Sevier, Evan Poore, 2 or 3 Hounds really reading the play well, coming up making the hit. And I think you're right, Ronnie, looking at the mark, maybe even move back about a half a yard. So good job right there on first down by the Hounds defense.
2nd and long. Davis now checks in at quarterback. Keeper across the right side. He's at the 20. Not much more, down to the 18. Flag down on the play. Missed an illegal motion at the top of the formation. I don't know if you noticed the slot was moving at the snap.
Well, exactly. I've seen it 2 or 3 different times tonight. A lot of times they'll be moving a little bit, trying to get a little bit of momentum before they snap the football. But love to see right there Evan Poore coming up making a big hit on Clayton Davis. But we'll see what the flag is right here. And officials, looks like Lincoln County moving back. So flag probably on Lincoln County right here.
White hat asking Coach Greer what he wants to do. So the call's against Lincoln County. Holding, going against the Patriots. Corbin will accept that penalty.
Yeah, exactly. Move them back, protecting that end zone right there. So brings up 2nd down right here for the Patriots, 2nd and long. And, Hounds just want to, no big plays, keep the Patriots in front of you. Looking at the clock, 8:26 left in the 4th quarter. Hounds 2-touchdown lead, 35-21. Turn the big front four, defensive front four loose right here for the Hounds.
2nd and 20. Twin wideouts to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Horton in at quarterback. Sets the throw on 2nd down. Going to be sacked.
There we go.
D-line's going to find him in the backfield. Looks like the whole defensive line converged on him.
Yeah, I think so. And, you get the 2nd and long, you get the Patriots behind the chains, you kind of get them uncomfortable, and then it allows that big front four to kind of pin their ears back, put the hand in the dirt, and rush the quarterback. And the Hounds defense, they didn't disappoint right there. So great job by the Hounds front four right there.
So it's up 3rd and 30. Let's see. Pass rush on that down. Definitely coming
That's right.
on this down.
That's right, yeah. Carter Sevier, defensive end, really ready to go and put his hand in the dirt and get to the quarterback right here.
Horton in the shotgun. He has a wide receiver each way. Sets the throw. He's immediately under pressure. Fouls downfield.
There we go.
Going to be picked off by Poore at the 15, at the 20. He'll be brought to rest at his own 23-yard line. Interception number 2 from this secondary.
Wow. Wow, just a good job right there. Like you just said, we saw Seth Mills get the pick 6 earlier in the football game, and then Seth Poore doing a great job. Really started right there, that defensive play by the pass rush. You saw a big pass rush up the middle. Horton kind of made a guy miss or two, and then firing the football downfield, and then Evan Poore, just a ball hawk as well. Finding loose balls all over the place, does a great job to get the interception for the Hounds defense.
Corbin will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. 7:09 remaining in the game. They lead 35-21. Combs takes the snap. Now he rolls to the right. He's going to keep it himself across the right side. Big hole.
There he goes.
At the 40, up to the 50, up to the 40, up to the 30. Still dragging Patriots with him down inside the 20-yard line. They're going to spot him down at the Lincoln 15.
Huge.
Big keeper from Cam Combs.
Yeah, huge play right there. We saw, the Hounds have a lot of success around the left side, but that time Cam Combs just putting on the gas right there around the right side. You looked up, you thought he was going to get tackled after 10, 20, 30 yards, but not to be denied, all the way down, and making a really good run right there, right about the 15-yard line.
Corbin with a 2-touchdown lead. Not going to get any hurries right now.
That's right. That's right.
The time just as important as the score. Corbin might have to burn a timeout here, and they do. So 6:27 remaining in the game. Corbin up 35-21 over Lincoln County. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
We've all been there, out and about, and you see someone and you just can't seem to remember their name. This happens to just about all of us, but it shouldn't with your doctor. Today, it is so convenient to see a provider who doesn't know your name, let alone your medical history. Your family needs a primary care provider who knows you and meets all of your family's needs. Jane's Family Practice is now open and located on Master Street in Corbin. Stop in for school physicals, women's care, men's health screenings, regular checkups, and when you just aren't feeling your best. Call and schedule an appointment today with Jane's Family Practice at 280-4000. That's 280-4000.
6:27 remaining in the football game. Corbin leads Lincoln County 35-21. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Corbin has the ball 1st and 10 at the Lincoln County 15-yard line. Another score, you got to imagine, kind of keeps this one out of range. Combs opens up in the shotgun. Trips to his right. Huffs his running back to his left. Lincoln showing blitz, and they bring it. Huff gets the ball up the gut. Now
there he
slips
is.
Another tackle. Still on his feet, surging towards the end zone. He gets in there for the touchdown.
I'm telling you.
Touchdown number 4.
I mean, really. You know, to me, Ronnie, right there, you know, Cam Combs really sets the Hounds offense up around, but that huge run, really, you know, a momentum killer for the Patriots. And then, you know, you hand the ball off to Seth Huff right there, and I know he just puts his head down and grinds it into the end zone. So, great job by the Hounds to respond after the Evan Poor interception to really put the Hounds up big right here, you know, halfway through this fourth quarter.
Baker on for the extra point try. 1 point away from the final from the regular season meeting. Snap is down, kick is up and away. It's good. 6:16 left in the game. Corbin up 42-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced a smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless, the Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
6:16 left in the football game. Corbin up 42-21 over Lincoln County. I'm Ronnie Bowling with Jeff Barnett and Jenny Barnett in the T107 broadcast booth. Mathematically, Corbin hangs on to the lead. They'll clinch the district title back-to-back years.
That's
setting
right.
up a matchup with Johnson Central. They're up 50-14 over Letcher County Central right now, right here at Campbell Field, a week from now for the region title. Baker on to kick it off. Puts the toe to it. It's a high end-over-end kick. Going to sail out of the back of the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, and I think it's a touchback. I almost lost count here, but I think he's had a touchback every time but once maybe.
Bunch of. Well,
yeah.
He slipped on one to start the
yes, that's right. That's
second
right.
half. Davis fielded it and had a big return. You can still see where he slipped there at the 40-yard line.
Yeah. But, man, must be nice just to rear back and get the touchback, I tell you. Sets the Hounds up defensively, 6:16 left, and Hounds up 3 touchdowns. So, Hounds really, really in command right there. And, the defense has really come to play in this second half.
Kind of reminiscent of the regular season matchup. Davis in at quarterback, though. Got an overload set to his right. That's where he'll keep the football, trying to find some running room. He's not going to find
There we go.
any. Joe Brown's going to go track him down out in the field. Really good stop there from the defensive end. He's had a nice night at his defensive end spot.
Yes, he has. Joe Brown's played really well, keeping kind of things underneath him, doing a great job at defensive end, and then, even putting pressure on the quarterback as well. So, and to me, Ronnie, the Hounds front four have just done a great job up front for the Hounds defense tonight as well. Carter Sevier, Joe Brown, like you said, Troy Faulkner, just all doing a great job tonight.
Davis remains in at quarterback. Fakes the handoff. Now he keeps it across the left side. Going to be wrapped up, but still keeps his feet moving. He's up past the 30. Should have the first down. Tackle down right around his own 31-yard line.
Yeah, another tough run right in there by Clayton Davis, just doing all he can. But, again, Hounds really, really just kind of teeing off now as the clock ticks toward 5 minutes left in this football game. So, and you're right, first down Patriots right here. So, again, Hounds, again, like we like to always say, no big plays, make the Patriots earn it, and just, have fun pinning your ears back, going and getting the quarterback or going and getting the runner, Clayton Davis.
Horton back in at quarterback, wide receiver each side. Sets up, fires, right sideline, incomplete. Baker there on the coverage on Davis.
Yeah, good job right there by Jacob Baker as well. And Hounds, defensive backs have just played really well tonight. The Hounds defense had 24 turnovers, but coming into tonight's game, they've added a couple interceptions to the total. The pick six by Mills, and then we saw Evan Poor as well. So, just a defensive front four, putting pressure up front, defensive backs playing well. Defensive unit as a whole has just kind of worked together to kind of control the Lincoln County Patriots.
2nd and 10. Horton will send his wide receivers to the other side. Hauls in a wild snap. Looking. Now he's just going to throw it away. I think that was a busted play there for Lincoln County.
Yeah, I think so. Looked like Horton was looking maybe for the receiver for the Patriots to go deep, but kind of checked up a little bit. So, you're right. Just had to throw the football away. Brings up a 3rd down. Surely, I'm sure Patriots in 4-down territory mode right here, but 3rd and 10 right here for the Lincoln County Patriots.
3rd and long has been the undoing of this offense on the last 2 drives. The pass rush has been a surge here in the second half. See where they go to here. They're going to move Davis back in at quarterback. Wide receiver each way. Brings a wing in motion to his right. That's where he'll keep it. Now he cuts it up into the heart of the defense. Not a lot of running room there. Tackle down at the 35-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the carry.
Yeah, good job right there, Sean Brummett. And then good to see Braden Reynolds in the football game making a hit as well. We've seen Braden, had a little bit of an injury there. He's kind of come in the game, out of the game, but good to see him in there finishing strong right here. 4 minutes to go in the football game. Braden Reynolds making a good play inside at defensive tackle for the Hounds.
4th down could be the final possession for the Patriots. Horton in a quarterback. Trips bunch set to his right. Now he sends a running back towards those trips. Sets the throw. Fires it. Trying to find his running back in the flat. That's going to be incomplete. Hounds will take over on downs.
Yeah, Hounds, again, just doing a great job over the top, not letting anything or any receiver get deep on them. And then, Horton just having to go to the check down, and then just a bad throw right there, unfortunately, for the Patriots. But Hounds take over on offense right here, 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go. And, obviously you're looking to burn clock right here, get out of this football game for the Hounds.
Corbin, I think they've subbed down offensively. All the skilled players anyways.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it looks like Cade Elam in at quarterback right here.
Elam's in the shotgun on 1st down. He'll hand off to Gregory, probing the right side. He'll inch forward for a yard or 2 on the handoff.
Yeah, it looked like Ethan Gregory just a couple yards up in there. But, Ethan Gregory has had a really good season this year as well. And, we saw him play well in different football games all season long. But just, a couple yards off the right side right there. And most importantly, that clock continues to run towards 0 right here.
3:30 and ticking. In your score, Corbin 42, Lincoln 21. Elam in at quarterback. He has twin wideouts each way. Going to pull the handoff and keep it himself. Now he's going to fire the screen route to Creekmore out in the flats. He'll lose his feet. Be tripped up, but get positive yardage up to the 26-yard line. Picks up a good little gain there, about 5. Sets up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, a good little pitch and catch by Elam to Colton Creekmore. And, Creekmore, you kind of used that block a little bit. Lost his footing, but you're right, Ronnie. 3rd and short right here. See if the Hounds can pick up the 1st down, move the chains.
3rd and short. Corbin remains in the shotgun. Gregory to Elam's right in the backfield. Elam's going to keep it himself up the gut, lowers the shoulder down to the 20-yard line. That's enough for Corbin first down.
Yeah, Hounds just move the chains again, and first down, clock again continuing to run. And it's always good to keep the clock moving, especially when you've got this huge lead. And good to see the Hounds in there, the young guys in there working hard, moving the chains, and picking up positive yards and getting the clock towards 0.
First and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the football game. Handoff goes to Gregory across the left side. He'll tunnel forward up to the 16. Picks up 4 yards on the carry.
Ethan Gregory, good run right there off the left side, and picks up 4. And, looks like the Hounds just continuing to pound the football right here. And, clock going to 0 right here, Ronnie, sets up the big matchup next Friday night right here at Campbell Field.
Yeah, I think Johnson Central is the scariest opponent in the whole bracket.
That's
for
right.
This Red Hound team. They run the football. They keep the clock for minutes at a time.
That's right.
It's a very, very tough matchup Corbin's staring down the barrel of next week. 2nd and 6. Elam keeps it himself across the right side, throws the stiff arm, flag down on the play as Elam is tackled out of bounds. He got leveled out of bounds. Flag looks like it's going to go against Corbin here.
Yeah, I think so. Kate Elam right there throws the stiff arm, like you said, and able to, kind of finish the run a little bit, but did take a big shot. But unfortunately, penalty flag down, yards coming back right here. 1 minute, 11 seconds. Hounds up 42-21. Big right here in this fourth quarter. But you're right, Ronnie. Johnson Central coming into Campbell Field next week, right here and on Friday night. So it should be a big battle. I'm sure the place will be packed out. And again, like you said, Johnson Central, a hard team, a hard matchup for the Hounds. And look for Coach Greer, Coach Elam, get things lined out, get ready to go for that big battle next Friday night.
Corbin going to line up in the victory formation here. Elam tucks up under center. And he'll take the knee. This one's going to go into the record books. Corbin improves to 13-0 on the football season. 12-0, excuse me. 12-0 on the football season, looking to move on to 13-0 next week. Sets up the matchup with the Johnson Central Golden Eagles.
Yes.
Team that sent Corbin to the house a year ago up there in Paintsville. Very good football team, very physical, great offensive line. Defense is the second best in 4A behind Corbin, of course.
That's right.
Sets up a very, very tough matchup. Again, just the way I read the bracket and the remaining teams, of course, Bowl is exploding. They're massacring people right now. Franklin has explosive offensive weapons. They're throwing it and running it all over the field. But Johnson Central might be the toughest matchup for the Red Hounds coming into next week. Corbin definitely going to have revenge on their minds.
Yes, I think so. And to me, Ronnie, the awesome thing about next week's football game is it's right here at Campbell Field. You don't have to travel. Johnson Central's got to come to you right here. So, a huge battle, and I think you're right. A tough matchup, but the Hounds, you got to play the big guys sometime. And Johnson Central coming to town next Friday. Hounds looking, like you said, to get some revenge and expecting, I'm sure, to play well. And you wouldn't want to be anywhere else Friday night. The Hounds perfect on the season so far and have set themselves up and earned the right, to play right here on Campbell Field next Friday night.
There you have it, your final score. Again, thank you, JB. All the color commentary. Thank you, Jenny, for all the stats. Thanks to everybody back at the station. Your final score, Corbin 42, Lincoln County 21. I'm Ronnie Bowling. This has been Red Hound Football on T107.